chaos tumbles down. The world turns crimson, the stirring begins. It crashes into the land. Then into the sky, it rises. In the empty sky,
And hello. Welcome to today's beginner bracket. We are live now. It's me, Samu. I'm here today. My first time actually commentating the beginner bracket. I'm very excited to be here. But I'm not alone. I do have the wonderful Ordinen here with me.
Hello.
Awesome. And today we are going to be commentating together for the first time. And we're going to be having our first match here today, which is going to be Fuwig versus Nemoria. Now, I think I remember Nemoria from when I was playing in the beginner bracket, but I'm wondering if Fuwig is a relatively newcomer to the bracket. I don't think I've seen them before.
I can't recall seeing either, so I'm curious to see who they'll be playing.
We'll have to see what
We'll,
kind of matchups waiting for us today.
yep, we'll see shortly.
We'll have to just give them a second to get on the cabinet so we can get started.
I think, I don't know if Loba's gotten them the go-ahead yet.
Yeah, we've got the Let's Go sticker, and we're getting in. And Nemoria playing the Jita, and we have Vasaraga on the opposite side as well. Just saw this matchup at Combo Breaker, actually. Have to see how our fellow beginners take on the matchup instead.
Yep.
What kind of things do you think they should be looking out for, Ordinen?
The first would be usage of armor. Jita should harass Basaraga with fireballs and etc. and keep him from getting armor for free. The main thing I'm interested in seeing is if the Jita player, Nemoria, manages to deal with the armor well. It's probably the biggest decider in how you'll be able to play against Vaz. In Rising in particular, he arguably suffered a bit from system mechanics and so on. So if you can manage to get past a lot of the matchup unfamiliarity and unique mechanic he has with armor, you should be pretty good.
Well, so far it's looking like a pretty nice start for Nemoria. We're gonna have Vasaraga in the corner. Just going in with the 6XL and throw pressure.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah, not giving
Stops the armor.
this
Exactly what you
is,
wanted.
this is just gonna be probably a cash in on SBA. Oh, unfortunately drops it.
It happens.
It's okay, we're still going. Vasaraga coming out with the U command grab. Oh, and the armor stopping the 214U. That's quite unfortunate.
Yeah. Got the armor again. Now, ooh, risky.
Certainly a brave attempt.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Fubik still had too much health. Even if that UDP connected, Nemoria wouldn't have gotten the win. It's important to keep things like that in mind. Like, what are you risking when you make decisions like that compared to what you gain?
Yeah. It's you've also, I feel like when you run up DP, you've also kind of got to have the read for it. I mean, like you say, even then, it's just a very risky decision to make. But it was, yeah, was Nemoria.
Managed to pick up a relatively awkward anti-air hit. Stuff like that's always nice to see. Oftentimes, especially when you get a stray like close medium like that anti-air, it's very hard to pick up on properly.
Just gonna try and keep Jita away with the fireball. But this corner pressure can get a bit overwhelming at times. Unfortunately, drops the combo in the corner again. Just gonna break it up with a U command grab.
Nice. Switch aside again. In a really good position now. Next throw will kill. Makes everything Nemoria does a lot more threatening. Ooh, nice.
Oh, this connected. Very nice. That's gonna be the first game for Nemoria.
Yeah.
I liked the usage from Vasaraga in this first game, but there was a moment when he tried to use it, but he didn't really have enough time to get it up. So maybe this is something you should be thinking about as well.
Yeah.
You got to be giving yourself the opportunity, right?
Yep.
I assume the startup's pretty high.
Ooh, good use of the armor there.
Yeah, this was excellent.
Spot on us, but still fine. Yeah, I don't know if that's punishable, but Nemarai definitely didn't let Buster steal a turn again. That's good. After spend super. I think that's a very good decision, because that now puts Fuvig at 1 BP. He takes extra damage, less usage of, well, all the system mechanics. Rough spot to be in.
Opting for the safe jump too, but gonna get grabbed into the corner.
Ooh, almost got an anti-air, but not quite. Substelma doesn't convert, nothing to convert into, unfortunate. Or, could have spent the breakpoint actually.
We get a nice TP.
Oh, it doesn't convert.
Any far H just being converted into a Raging Strike when your opponent's super low. I mean, if you've got the meter and diamonds, it's just... You can just close the round out this way.
Yeah. One important note about Raging Strike is that it has essentially 1 frame startup when you're cancelling into it as a combo tool, which means it's your easiest by far tool to convert into. If you aren't sure and you just need to convert the hit, then Raging Strike into Raging Chain is a very solid bet for the vast majority of circumstances where you just need to get the hit. Don't care anything about anything else.
We'll have to see. I'm expecting a command grab to come out very soon. We need to be careful. Vasaraga's meter is there.
VP again, it works out this time.
VPP.
You tackle. Ooh, yeah, rolling the roulette on the U skills. To be fair, that is a huge part of what Vasaraga's got. Nice, use the armor.
Another run-up DP. Vasaraga is not ready for it. I assume that the multiple hits of the UDP actually break the armor. Because
it does, yeah, unless he specifically uses the infinite super armor follow-up. I can't recall which, but if Vasaraga calls out or reacts to, depending on what DP it is, he can deal with it. The Maria looks like they're getting impatient right now, forcing a lot of interactions.
I think it's okay to bully Vasaraga a little bit when his meter's below 50, but you've always got to be very respectful of the command grab. Maybe, you know, prepare yourself to preemptively jump if necessary.
You should definitely keep it in mind, but Namaraya's had enough health where getting hit by the command grab is more annoying than it is like actually impactful. Like, generally for me, unless it kills, I'm fairly happy when someone uses a U reversal. It's 50% gone that they won't be spending on presumably better U skills. And Fubi could probably spend a lot more BP on Raid Counter. He's been holding a lot of pressure that he could Raid Counter out of, especially if he manages to time it right to where he gets a counter hit. That should let him set up a armor token for not free, but a lot safer than if you just got it punished. So good usage of Break Counter is mandatory for everyone, but especially on characters without meterless DPs.
I'm gonna get the U tackled. Unfortunately, it doesn't convert with the little boot.
Still in a good position afterwards.
Pro break. Unfortunately, this is going to put Nemoria all the way down to 1. A 6-6M?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Situations like this is where you really need to start being aware of stuff like U-tackle. U grab.
Another thing maybe to be worth mentioning is, unlike some of the other members of the cast, Vasaraga's 6-6M actually hits overhead. So, something you have to keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
When playing against Vasaraga. Armor gonna stop the 6XL. With the multiple hits of the HDP gonna break through the armor.
Yep.
And I guess this is like you say now, you know, Nemoria is sorta low, but not necessarily in kill range, and Vasaraga's using 50 meter to command grab. It's not the worst position to be in. We're gonna get a nice chunk of damage out here, actually.
Yeah.
And an overhead. This might be enough. I think it's.
I-
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's dead.
Very, very nice. Always got to be careful with the crouching block against opponents who go for the jump, especially with Jita, who has a really nice JU.
Yeah. It's easy to get clipped by it if you aren't unfamiliar with the matchup.
Sure.
Oh, that's a safe jump. I should be aware of that. That's not here. I think one thing both players should focus on is definitely more use of BP or Raging Strike. It's I've mentioned it every time I've been on the beginner brackets, and it's been consistent. The breakpoints are very strong for either Ray Counter or Raging Strike. If you have them, you should spend them, especially considering if you haven't spent them later on and you get SSBA, then you just lose 2 anyway. They're there for a reason. Cash up.
Yeah, and you know, in most scenarios, if your name's not low in, HP will not come back, but BP points can through, you know, the usage of SBA can very quickly swing the diamond economy around in this game.
Nice.
That's gonna be Vasaraga's game. Who
Yep.
we're gonna be taking this one? No, it's 2-1. And now,
Columbus. Sorry, go on.
oh, I was just gonna say, now that we've seen, you know, these characters have played 3 games overall now, this is probably the part where you want to be maybe seeing some adaptations to the behavioral patterns of each player.
Yeah. To be fair, at especially lower levels like this, you're often so preoccupied with what you're supposed to be doing that reacting to what your opponent or your opponent's character is doing is really difficult. So any
Yeah.
adaptation at all is impressive.
Yes, it's very true, actually. Definitely just making sure that your execution's clean and simple. Don't necessarily need to be going for the most optimal combos, but, you know, anything in this game that is auto combo into special, into auto combo SBA, is usually going to get the job done for you.
Did actually see some attempted adaptation there. Namaraya jumped. They got command grab last time, so they jumped again, expecting it. You love to see stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, and even if it doesn't necessarily work, it's good to try. It's good to sort of, you know, show your opponent I know what you're up to, and you know, and this is how I'm gonna maybe change my play, and your opponent might react to that in a way that you might not expect. It might make them more scared, and this can create a level of mental stack for you. Just gonna be,
You fireball.
yeah, and that's gonna be the round. Vasaraga, very, very close though.
Yep.
Round 2. Start.
Flippy gets set points. Ooh, jumps over the 667.
Some great spot dodges on these fireballs.
Yeah.
But Vasaraga, the fireballs are coming out, but he's just got so much space, and you know, he doesn't really have to think about, oh, is something gonna happen while I spot dodge this fireball? It's relatively safe to just spot dodge it. Oh, and as I say, the 6-6H comes out, but no convert.
Namaria's getting away with a lot of jumps, but it is hard to anti-air properly, especially without a DP. One thing Voss is really vulnerable to is people jumping over his stance, so you gotta be ready with those anti-airs. Nice.
Oh, and he jumped over the grab. This was excellent, and now Vasaraga's in quite a scary position in the corner.
Nice.
And
this is
walked
fun.
back. This was
DP.
really good.
Oh, unfortunate. Oh, the grab!
Oh, wow. That's going to be Fuwig taking the set 3-1. But honestly, I think Nemoria played this quite well, actually. I think,
Yep.
you know, you say, the adaptations on the jumping and actually moving out of the way of some of these grabs towards the end. I think there was some real potential in there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, just ran out of games to make it work, but that's okay. That happens. And, you know, like you said, I think some more usage of the BP, it's there to be used, is quite optimal.
One thing that's easy to be scared of is the damage increase. don't waste your BP, obviously, but in the long ski or in the long what's it called? In the long run, the damage you take from having low BP isn't really that much to consider unless you're running out at like 10 seconds into the round and you have 100%. The damage increase sounds scarier than it is compared to the utility of the brave points.
Well, next we're going to be having 2B versus Ferry on screen.
Fairy
Going to be playing
versus
Strobler, which I know for a fact has definitely participated in beginner bracket before. It's nice to see that they're still around. But I don't think I've heard of, is it Makosh? Makosh?
They'd have to let us know.
I'd have to apologize for not necessarily knowing the 100% correct pronunciation, but they are going to be playing the 2B.
First impression or gut feeling is that this matchup might be incredibly annoying for Fairy.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ferry in this game generally has a hard time,
Don't worry, Nicola.
but maybe Strobler's got some creativity from the lobber himself.
Victory. Round 1.
We'll have to see
Start.
if he's practiced this matchup, if he is just working on his own game. Both completely fine, especially at this level, like you say, execution being a big thing. Some nice sweeps coming out to begin with.
Yeah, good spot dodge.
Don't get up. Want some? Damn good.
Nice, good reactions. Stops 2B from getting in. That's a good idea. Use the pod. Threaten plus frames if Strobler doesn't react properly.
Oh,
Catch
big
the
counter hit.
yeah. Catch the attempted brave counter.
I'm just gonna finish it off with the animal whose name I will not attempt to guess. Just bringing out the UDP. I believe it's Beppo.
Beppo, yeah. Nice. Strobler recognized that Makosh tried to use the pod for plus frames and rolls it this time. Quick adaptation. Love to see it.
Oh, interesting use of the evasive maneuver. Gonna allow Makosh to get in here. And using the air stall. This can be really good, especially if you do it closer to the ground to make your opponent think that you've landed, but in actual fact you can still get a cheeky overhead.
One thing to note for Makosh there is that all of Strobler's techs were late tech or mash techs. This tells you that your opponent is mashing with a delay. When you see someone do this, don't consider your offense as a failing. You use the information that they're mashing to try and deal with it, usually by delaying your button a bit, something like that. True tech this time. I see a lot of complaints. Oh, nice. We've actually got and gets the kill even.
Ah, great stuff here.
Yeah.
Strobler gonna be taking the first game. But yes, like you say, when the pod actually attaches to you with the red wire, it does make 2B plus, so using a BC to break free of this is, yes, this move here. Or spot dodging it, that was a great reaction.
Nice. Yeah, it's important to not get frustrated when you see it feels like your offense is useless, like they're teching everything, or they're mash teching. You can't really tech a throw on reaction in this game. Your opponent is either delay mashing or delay teching or something like that. And you need to use the method they're teching with to inform your offense next. It is hard because mash teching or delay mashing is very effective for defense until you learn to deal with it properly.
Ooh. GG's. Strobler under 25, gonna be dodging the Raging Strike. But they are on chip point, and any beam from 2B is gonna be able to finish the job.
Yeah. Oh, that's, yeah, punishable. Unfortunate.
Let's rethink our strategy.
Good recognition from Makosh to mash there. Nice. Good damage. Nice. Set up BG again. Yeah. Good stuff.
I suppose one thing that 2B might actually struggle with in this matchup is, unlike the rest of the cast, you can't just 6XL past Gigi when it's thrown out because, well, she doesn't have one. So, just having to...
Not
Oh.
really, but her 5M sorta has the same function, except it's not plus, because it travels forward a lot. I think Makosh can probably stand to... They're either committing a lot to full screen special, like walking back and then doing the pod laser. I think they could stand to press like 5H a lot, get a bit closer, not far enough to where Strobler only really has to look for the laser, and then harass a bit, maybe fish for counter hits, stuff like that.
Red 2H actually counter-hitting from Ferry.
Ooh, block. Yeah, chip point. Really hard to do anything here. Okay, gets in. Ease it out. Yeah, that's clever.
Yeah, it's very, setting up a situation that's going to be very hard for 2B to deal with on chip point.
I'm not
Keeping it...
familiar enough with Ferry to say if Makoshi even had time to jump out there. Lobo would have to correct me.
I think one thing I'd like to see more from the 2B is with Ferry's 2H being air blockable, what you can actually do, and this is mainly if Ferry's not got the meter to do ultimate Beppo, is you can actually play a 50-50 of sorts with Ferry of, you know, is she going to 2H, is she not? Because if you jump and don't do anything, and Ferry 2Hs, can actually put you in quite an advantageous position. Actually going to jump over the throw though here really quickly. Get a punish, put Ferry in the corner.
Yeah, Makoshi looks really uncomfortable in neutral here. It's understandable. It is a one thing to get used to. Nice. Gets a combo still. Nice. Oh,
It doesn't quite finish off the conversion there. Actually, seeing Strobler do these overhead setups is really, really nice. I believe you can also do a low in this setup. You can actually like play a sort of low overhead 50-50.
it should be if set up properly, but I think it's a bit more situational when Ferry can set up like a true 50-50 in Rising compared to the base game. Yeah, Makosh looking really uncomfortable. Like, it's important to be comfortable or have a presence in mid-screen. I would personally say try chucking a bunch more 5Hs. Fish for counter hits, make it more threatening for Strobler to press.
No, you don't want to be necessarily giving space or walking back if you don't need to as well. You very much want to be in control of what's going on.
The main problem is also, at full screen, what else does Makosh have to threaten with apart from, like, the pod laser or tether? Basically nothing. So,
Strobe
the
was
only
just
thing...
waiting for it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a rating strike though, he doesn't react to this one. Gonna just counter back, but Strobel is now down to 0 BP. Beppo not quite hitting. Has to be very careful of the 100 meter on the Ferry side.
Yeah.
When with this low, anything can really turn it around and finish the game off.
Nice run under. Okay, works out.
Yeah, I find 2B to be quite scary sometimes, because when this character starts dashing, she can move really fast across the screen.
Yeah, she takes half a second to rev up and then she's in your face. I'm not sure what special to use at this range. One thing maybe you could threaten with as 2B is setting up the what's it called, the homing pod thing, where you can threaten plus frames at any point, just to put more pressure on the Ferry.
The U skill, yeah.
It's not even a U skill, it's just a EX even, so you don't have to commit media either.
Just putting ourselves at Mike's screen, trying to get the red wire to connect, but Strobler's doesn't seem to be having much of it. It's not biting.
The other thing is, getting hit, or blocking in normal is fine. Slowly gaining ground against Ferry is tedious and it takes time. But like blocking the 2 there, it doesn't do much. You don't take chip, and then you can attempt to react to Fairy throwing a whip and roll through it.
This was excellent. Spot dodge into the U fireball, I believe this was.
Round 3.
Just gonna grab the 2B and finish them off.
Yep. Ooh, low profile from Fairy. Interesting.
Also, did I notice when Fairy's throwing Gigi in the corner, it seems like Gigi's just leaving the arena.
I think it depends on the version you used, yeah. Like you have to use EX, so Gigi just stops on your opponent.
Wow.
Nice. Good intercept.
Gonna get a sweep into Gigi. We're fishing for the counter hit.
Good whip.
Ooh. And a conversion. Just go straight into Raging Straight, Raging Chain. And an overhead setup, I believe this was.
Yep.
This might be enough, maybe? Oh, it's gonna be combo limit. Gonna be combo limit.
Maybe with a cancel to AU skill. I don't know how Fairy can route into it. It's definitely doable, but it's fine.
But, you know, got to be very, you know, respectful of the opponent. Nice spot dodge into counter hit. They might be 1 HP, but with 2 BP and 100 meter, this game can quickly go south.
Yep.
And that's going to be Strobler taking the set, though. Very strong 3-0, but I think both players played quite well. I think Makosh, personally, should start thinking about how they can threaten their opponent with more options. Especially, like you say, when they put themselves so far away that their only real option is to use like the red wire to get in. Strobler just looked ready to spot dodge every time, and then you put yourself in quite the disadvantageous position. But once Makosh was getting in, it actually looked like Strobler was struggling a little bit. Damage was coming out, counter hits were being found. I think there's definitely potential here with this play, but Strobler gonna be the stronger player on the day. How do you think Strobler should take this set going forward? What do you think they should be thinking about?
Hard to say specifically. I was focusing more on Makoshi.
Yeah.
I would probably argue maybe throw out more GGs in neutral if your opponent is giving you so much space. Basically, find ways to abuse the space people are giving you to make it even harder to get back in.
Yeah,
that would be the main thing.
I think our next matchup is actually going to be a Zeta versus a Nia. Definitely two of the stronger characters in the game right now, but putting that aside, we're here to just focus on, you know, making sure that we're picking up the fundamentals of the game, using the, you know, the universal mechanics correctly. I think, personally for me, I mean, I don't necessarily think any character in this game is hard to execute, but I definitely struggle with these two.
Yeah, Zeta has some, unironically, fairly difficult combos, as far as I know. Nier,
Yeah.
you definitely need to put some effort into her, if not setups, then at least combos.
We're gonna be just having a small delay here. I think Danix left his controller in the main menu.
I will check the log.
The logs, the magical logs.
Yeah, should be Danix up first.
But yeah, I mean, I believe since Danix should be first. I think the biggest thing with Nier these days is that you can't combo off of misfortune anymore. So it's finding different ways to obviously deal damage to your opponent, which Nier does not struggle with, admittedly. Definitely lots of ways to disrupt, pressure, and just make your opponent have a overall bad time. But Danix, no slouch himself on the Zeta. I've seen him turn all kinds of games around. Very, very nice guy. I'll have to see how this matchup turns out for these two. I'm excited for this one, actually.
Yep, we'll find out soon enough.
Zeta versus Nier.
That's some alternate Nier art I haven't seen.
Yeah, I think they get added in with the updates. You can like buy the extra illustrations.
Destroy everything.
Looks like we're gonna let the intro rock.
Then we can make.
But yeah, I don't think character difficulty should ever dissuade you. You should definitely pick the character that you vibe with the most. I think that's 100% the best way to enjoy the game. And if you're enjoying yourself, then you're going to learn the fastest, you're going to learn the most efficiently.
Yeah. Most modern fighting games will not have characters that genuinely gatekeep you due to being difficult to play.
Yeah. Oh, wow. H Rhapsody into 66H. Gonna taking it all the way over to the other side of the screen. We are gonna have misfortune.
Just have the U-laser, but no punish. Don't think it was punishable even.
Oh, actually a 50-50 setup. Oh, this is gonna be big damage.
Yep.
Danix. I was not expecting that. I will not lie.
Deer moment. No punish on the spear. Nice. Does he get a combo though? No punish. Interrupts, that's fine. Don't know if Danix got a combo off of that.
Oh, this is gonna be big damage from Danix. I'd be very careful for any misfortunes coming out now.
I would still roll my offense as normal, considering the health I have, compared to the risk of losing it.
Yeah, I suppose it's a bit like the command grab from Vasaraga that you mentioned. Like, even if you get grabbed, if you've got a lot of health to work with, it's not necessarily the end of the world. You can actually connect, because the 2H didn't quite come out fast enough. The Oomphy has been stunned. Misfortune just gonna come out on the wake up.
Rhapsody right back. BM blocking in the streets. Nice, fake pogo. Ooh.
Oh! Excellent stuff from Danix. Just gonna use the U Misfortune, just say, you know, back up a bit, I need my space. Jumping over the U laser again. Oh, we've reached a little bit of a stalemate of sorts. Unfortunately, Danix's U skill not quite gonna connect.
A bit
Another
late on it.
50-50.
Okay. Out of Death Sax, nice. Yeah.
And
Even,
Danix takes the first game.
ran out of stacks at that point and got desperate.
I won't hurt you anymore. But believe in
I think Danix was slow enough that it was worth considering going for the install. If I recall correctly, gives some back stacks for a little bit, just enough to close out the game, or you can go for a whatever hit into Ready Strike, Ready Chain.
You've got to be very careful about forward jumping when your opponent's in the corner. Can very quickly end up with you getting cornered if they decide to walk out.
Yep. Okay. Fairly rough spot for Danix, but Nier only has 2 stacks left. Good combo. Catch slow, nice. Kill, but next hit. Nice! Grabs.
Excellent read there.
Out of Death Stacks, yeah. I think contesting there was a good decision because Yona did not have enough meter even to Ready Strike, Ready Chain, and no Death Stacks, so nothing to really to convert into. So just checking for like anything was relatively risk-free compared to just ending the round.
I'm gonna have a Zeta Fuzzy come out here in the corner. These can be quite troublesome to deal with. I think typically, if you do have one, you can just DP after the first hit.
Ooh, nice. Catches a delay mash, a lot of damage. Is that a 50-50? I am actually not familiar enough with setups to say.
Yeah, because basically the way this works is, I believe you can do, like, the move where she pulls the card out, and it sort of does, like, Def has, like, a delayed attack of sorts, and then you can, like, up forward, and you can get a low or an overhead off as you come down. or you can actually fake it out entirely.
Victory. Round 1.
But depending on where you are on the screen, it actually kind of changes, because on one hand, when you're in the mid-screen, I believe it's whether you should DP or not. But when you're in the corner, it becomes whether you should guard cancel.
Yeah, makes sense. Ooh. Jump back to try and intercept, but didn't press anything.
It's
Nice!
Yeah, it's probably one of the most potent tools in Nir's kit, so if you want to start, you know, outside of her basic pressure, this is probably one of the things you should learn about. Just at least know it exists.
Yeah. Get to it eventually. It's worth learning. Fairly big lead for Danix. I don't think... Yeah, nice. I don't think Nier would have had enough stacks to actually kill, and not enough meter to end with super anyway. So, somewhat comfortable position for Danix, since he could have eaten at least like 2 hits before dying. This is out, throws the Misfortune.
There's gonna be a punish on the 6XM from Danix. I'm just
Nice
gonna
guard
BC this one away. Yep.
Ooh,
The class.
nice.
Ooh.
The classic.
The 2U into SSBA. Tails old as time.
Yep.
Zeta representing a very strong 2U in this game. Just gonna respond with the U Misfortune. Now you gotta watch out. And the laser's just gonna finish it off.
Yep.
Keeping away the Umphy spin.
Fairly safe bet. Yon did not have enough meter for U-spin, so I don't think anything would have caught the laser in time.
This was a really nice showing from Danix though. Definitely, I honestly think he's improved quite a lot, even since I last saw him in Brussels not too long ago. Definitely showing new tools that he's obviously learned between the time that I last saw him.
Yeah, it's
But
nice.
Yeah, it's nice to see. But I think, is this going to be our first Beatrix of the stream?
It should be, yeah.
But yeah, as a general finishing thing, I think both of the previous players did quite well. Despite the result, you should always look about how you performed in each individual game, what went right, what didn't. And I think both of them actually showed some techniques that I wasn't expecting to see, like the Zeta fuzzies and in the corner with the pogo, even fake pogos, and then
Yep.
the near 50-50, of course. All very strong and excellent tools. But now we're going to be having Beatrix with the Yggdrasil color. I love this color, by the way.
I have never seen it.
Against Cagliostro.
No take backseat.
Contrasting eyesore color.
I was looking to fine-tune my speed.
Obviously,
Just trying to
I'm not gonna say I know a lot about Beatrix. I was labbing some of her skills today, though. But she is just a very big, I have plus frames on nearly everything rushdown character.
My gut feeling is that this matchup will be a pain in the ass for Cagliostro, since Beatrix can easily 2-2 through the traps, gets in Cag's face quite easily, does a lot of damage. So
Yeah.
I think it'll be quite hard for Cag to actually properly keep Beatrix out.
Yeah. Not having a meterless reversal against things like the 2-2 and 2-1-4 skills. Gonna get juggled around though, and despite all odds, is actually gonna take the first round.
Yeah. Lock made a crucial mistake then, DP'd when they could have punished. That is... You don't have to learn like every single how do I punish this perfectly, but you definitely need to learn what to punish and when your opponent has plus frames, so you don't accidentally reversal something where you should have just pressed and gotten damage instead. Nice, yeah.
Yeah, straight through the traps, and obviously this move hits low, which is very scary. Lots of use of the M version, which is quite a strong option since it is +2 on block.
Yeah. Even the light version is quite good. It's not punishable, and I believe it gives a combo and counter hit, which is kind of obscene.
Yeah, very strong skills all across the board. But it is going to be Cagliostro taking the first game, Radio Blade,
My all-time personal record.
keeping the rushdown character at bay.
Believe in victory. Round one.
But I suppose when you play Cag and you're against this character that, you know, this character wants to run at me, they want to grab me, they want to put all kinds of plus strings in my face. How do I want to deal with this? So far, they're finding certainly excellent ways to zone them out with the FAR. The FAR H is a great tool, you know, especially if someone's just mindlessly running at you. This can be a great option.
It's very easy to lose your composure or patience and just try to run in at zoners and so on, but if you don't temper it and mix up your options, that just makes it very predictable to stop.
Of course. There's a time to act, in
Yeah.
a sense.
And I think that's Block's biggest problem right now, is rushing in too much, making it predictable or even hard to deal with the options Radio Blade is presenting to get out, like teleport and so on, getting caught instead, even if they get in. Attempts to check the teleport, but doesn't. Ooh, trade. No one's favor. That is punishable, but it's only -6. Nice.
Into the 2-2H, follow up, and then you just Raging Strike. Oh, this is the last bit though.
Yeah.
The great part about this combo is that you can actually H Fireball at the start, and it even comes off off cooldown for the very end.
Yeah.
Very strong. Just gonna 2-2 you. I believe this move is punishable if blocked.
I
Or
will have to check it.
you'd have to take your turn back at least. I did lab this today, so I should know. It is -4 on block, I apologize. But still, it is there for you to block and take your turn back.
I think I beat my all-time personal
Yep.
record for fastest
Radio Blade
citizen.
gonna go up 2-0 though.
Believe in victory.
And then, you know,
Round one.
you've tried some options, they've not necessarily worked. This is sort of where you might want to be thinking to yourself, so, you know, what haven't I tried yet? Could I be changing my timings? Maybe there's a different way I could get in.
My suggestion to Block would be try dive kicking more in neutral, or even 2-2M. Like, you're running in too much, getting clipped. Just some patience or varying up your options will go a long way to making it easier to get conversions.
Oh, they tried to do the L kick after the fireball into 2-2H, but it didn't quite all link up the way they might have wanted it to. And this is gonna be step point now.
Round two.
I think Block lost track of the fact that he got below 30%, and so got the clock boost, and could have gotten a lot more damage. Stuff like that is very easy to lose track of, especially if you're new to the character. Good spot dodge. Yeah, I believe Cax plus there.
Yes, if you block the statue, she is plus. But if you spot dodge the statue, then you can go in
Nice.
for a punish. This was a really nice smash on the teleport. This is what you want to be doing.
Yeah.
Gonna hit them with the bonk. And this is gonna activate Delta Clock, even though it was already up. But unfortunately not gonna be able to get the convert off on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cagliostro is one of these characters, they can very quickly annoy you, disrupt you, you know, say, hey, this is how we're playing the game, we're going to play this my way, and you kind of have to listen in sometimes, and then look for the key opportunity of, okay, this is where I'm going to act.
Yeah. I would also suggest to Block slow down a bit. Occasionally just clear traps with like a low committal 2L or something. Running in that much, that consistently will get you clapped over and over.
Yeah, and of course, the great Saki himself also once said to me, you know, go into lab, let Cag put some traps down, and try every move in your kit. What can hit the traps, what can't hit the traps, and you might find that you had more options than you initially thought. It's worth thinking about.
Or less options than you'd think.
Well, when in doubt, at least you've got 2L.
Yeah.
And like you say, you can even jump into the traps and just 2L when you land, and you'll still clear them in time.
I think that could be risky depending on if Kag is ready to spare you and set up like some situation where you're stuck in block stun in midair and she can potentially anti-air you or unblockable you, but that's a lot more niche than, yeah.
Sure.
There is other stuff in the matchup like checking traps correctly if Kag is cancelling into them a lot, but it wasn't that relevant this time.
Just going to be waiting for our next competitors.
They should have been given. We should know. I think it's Red Curry versus Lee Shinji, and they should be here shortly.
It wouldn't surprise me if they were just having a quick break, watching the final of Combo Breaker. It did just finish. I won't spoil who won, but really great tournament, just over the pond from us Europeans.
Commentated by the great Virm.
The great Virm himself. Always stylish. Always got all the names of every move down. I have no idea how he does that.
Practice grinding.
He's on that grind set.
If the man is used to like Smash commentary, then I'm sure he can learn all the moves in Grand Blue.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. But we're just gonna be waiting for. Oh, I think we're just having a few issues with one of the particular contestants, but not to worry. There's always me and Ordinen doing a
He'll
quick.
pad out.
Oh, all right,
Pad out
Ordinen,
bullshit.
pull up to the cabinet. No, I'm joking. But we'll have to see. We got Mao Karasu in Caesar in the corner.
Should be part of the second set though, so let's see. It looks like some people or the ones slated for the stream games just started, I think. TO Wolves.
Oh. The silence.
I'm just reading to try and help sort this out, so let's see.
Oh, that's okay. I keep our fellow contestant here company.
Alright. Hopefully they should be rolling up soon. In the meantime, insert chill here or whatever.
Get out your favorite lo-fi tunes. We're relaxing on a nice Sunday evening. Just playing some Grand Blue, watching some Grand Blue.
It would be nicer, but it's still too hot.
Yeah, it's. I don't know quite where you're from, but here in the UK, it's very, very warm.
Here in Norway, it's been hot enough to where. Ow.
Hot enough to not be comfortable.
Yes.
Here we go. We got Shinji coming in as well. believe they are going to be a part of the first fight of round 3.
Should be against Red Curry. There we go.
Alright, friends, everyone, hop on the cabinet. It's time to play the video game. This one. Come with me, my fellow contestants. Here we go. Yes, yes. We're gonna have a Beatrix mirror today.
I'm not surprised.
No, I mean, I'm not surprised either.
Beatrix
But
versus Beatrix.
I was expecting at least one before this point, I will admit.
Fair enough. This is probably going to be hard to commentate, to be honest.
It's gonna be a lot of unga bunga, I can imagine.
Believe in victory. Round 1.
Solve Mad Gal on screen right now.
You mean Luna Good Gal?
Fair enough.
Nope.
Yes, there's going to be lots of plus frames flying around the screen. Everyone's got to be very careful they don't step on each other's toes. And some 2U representation.
Please.
Tempted to be punished. Not quite ready. Still nice. Good spacing. A lot of side switching. But oh my god, the RPS. It is sick.
Looking good.
Ooh, too far away from the command grab.
Yeah, finishing your block strings with these DPs is obviously quite risky with the move being as minus as it is.
Yeah. In most cases, I think it'll even true string, and your opponent is forced to block it anyway. So, unless you're someone like Belial, whose MDP is not a DP, then that's just a mistake, I think.
Oh, jumping over the fireball. Not quite close enough for the kick, though.
To you, close out the round. It's a good Losa.
Round 2. Start.
Ooh, backdash, even caught by the 82. That's kind of crazy, to be honest. Okay, yeah. There's some lots of frames.
I'm just gonna counter it right back into a 6-6H counter hit.
Ooh.
It's alright, just finishing it off with the DP after getting a bit of an auto combo through. Like I
Yeah.
say, it doesn't need to be optimal. You just need to have some kind of basic string that can get the job done. Oh, this is minus 12 if you do the follow-up. You got to be very careful.
Yeah.
That's across all versions, light, medium, and heavy.
6 RPS. Should be, yeah, block it. Still trying to punish it. In that instance, I think it would have been correct to rating strike into rating chain, just for more damage.
Yeah, if you've not got like too much room to work with.
Ready.
Beatrix has been quoted as having stubby normals. I'm not necessarily sure I'm at the part where I agree yet, but if range is an issue, then you can always Raging Strike and Raging Chain get in your opponent's face.
I would not trust Dustloop's pros and cons for a while still, to be honest.
Yeah, of course. But the frame data on there's always a useful boon.
Yep.
Nope.
Nice. Didn't convert properly though. Guess it's good
Gonna hit the
space.
2H. Just punched out of the sky.
Yep. Ooh, frame grab. Man, they are swinging.
We
I
are, yeah, we are swinging out here. It is
I
a
can't-
slugfest.
I cannot believe our 2-2 actually low profile 66. That is egregious.
Is this gonna connect? Oh, it does, but no cutscene. Oh, and the Delta clock came out, but no follow-up on that.
Competent time to block.
Going for the 2U option as a punish to the SBA.
Might be some merit to it. But I think if you have the clock, then there's no real reason to go into it.
Just gonna finish it off with the bonk.
This, like looking in a mirror.
Gonna be the
Believe in
first round
victory.
going to
Round 1.
I forget which one's which. Sorry.
Shinji, I think.
Shinji, yes, the green one.
Yeah.
Green Beatrix.
Ooh. Caught by the close heavy. There is a surprising lack of dive kick so far in the set, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean it's there. It's plus. I think you're just gonna jump over this.
Yep.
Yeah.
No punish, but got a grab. It's fine.
Just gonna DP the fireball, DP back.
One thing to note against Bea is that she does actually extend her hurtbox when using the fireball a lot. So she is susceptible to getting clipped by reversals and stuff in general when she's trying to throw it out. It is a weakness. How significant it is remains to be seen. Nice. Contest with 2U.
Gonna get caught out by a 6XH into the Thunderbird.
Ooh. Sweep is a castle, but also not punished. It's fine. Considering all the dashing and rolling, I would honestly say to both players, you should 6XL more at this point.
Sure.
As much as it is a meme to say it, I think it is very applicable here.
Also worth keeping in mind, you know, if your opponent does roll a what can I do to beat rolls? Well, a grab can beat a roll, or a low can beat a roll.
Yeah.
So you can think about doing this. Just gonna go into the SSBA. I think this is gonna be the round.
Yeah, definitely. There's no universe where Shinji survived that.
No regrets. It really is like looking in a mirror.
You can also just 2M a bit, some low commit pokes, just stuff at walls, stuff like that.
Coming through. Over here. Think so.
Both players giving up a fair amount of space. Ooh, nice. Jumps over the fireball. Switch aside. Ooh, bad under. Gotta make sure you do the right one.
Getting a counter hit with the 2H. And another time where, you know, you got to be super careful when we run forward, because there is a small delay between when you stop running and when you can start blocking. And if your opponent does just unleash one of these 6XHs, you could get caught out.
Yeah, it's there, but it's honestly like inconsequential compared to base game where it was like a genuine concern.
Yeah.
It's there, but you can still dash a lot. Nice.
Round
But
two.
go, just take the round. Not a sub win yet. One more game to go, assuming he wins. Upstart fireball. I think after doing mid-screen dive kick like that, it's more important to re-establish pressure with 6XL compared to fireballing like that in most circumstances, at least at this skill level. Keeping your pressure up after knockdowns is really important.
Yeah, you can just learn some basic setup. Even if it's a hard knockdown, you can even just do a safe jump, and this is already pretty threatening in of itself.
Ooh, jump
It's
over.
not- Yeah. I feel like a lot of these Beatrix SBAs, they don't necessarily hit very high. Like, every time I've jumped over them personally, I do just seem to go straight over.
Good, to be honest. She should not have high-hitting supers. She already has a comboable DP. I don't think she also needs to have supers that also anti-airs.
Who are you anyways? We can't have... Believe in victory. Round one.
Anyway, another game for Red Curie. Gets to jump in. I think that's minus. I'm not familiar enough with Beatrix to really easily teleport the fireballs yet. Ooh, jumps over, but still gets clipped by the fireball. I wonder It's probably a bad idea to throw fireballs in the Beatrix mirror. I think if you're on point enough in the reactions, then she can just 2-2 through her own fireballs.
Shinji getting the Delta Clock there, but not quite converting with it. But we are still going to get SSBA anyway.
A lot of damage.
I mean,
Wake
if you
up
do...
DP.
Yeah, I mean, the wake up DP's there.
Yep.
Probably just, you know, maybe use it like once, maybe twice if you're feeling cheeky, but, you know, if your opponent's watching and they might start trying to bait it out, and that could put you in some real trouble.
It depends. As a general rule of thumb, yeah, definitely don't use it. I have come across players that constantly push their boss frames and their positive situation every time. And in that instance, DPing a lot to make them slow down is definitely valuable. Oh, I believe she's interesting. Alright, DP back. Whew.
Red Curry down to 0 BP here. But they do have
Yeah.
Delta Clock available, but not going to be able to use it, unfortunately.
Round 3.
It can obviously be quite hard, because you only get your Delta Clock at 30%, but it doesn't necessarily matter if you die, because you get bursted down through that window.
Yeah.
But you can always command grab to get your Delta Clock if you want it this way.
Yeah. It's also good to clear close-up rounds, I think, since you can mash stack it, which is one of the most common defensive techniques in this game. Having a command grab to close out rounds that just doesn't deal with that is quite solid. Nice block. That does actually work, alright?
Gonna get straight back in with 2-2H, but gonna get grabbed.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I think you could have killed instead, though. I think if you just done the auto combo, you would have had enough damage, but...
Yeah.
I mean, getting a grab's okay. I mean, you're getting something.
At your point, it's risky. The
And
6-6 or
6-6 again.
I'm sorry to close
is
it
it-
out.
Perfection
Ah. Yes, you're right. This is 6 exam.
is like looking in a mirror.
Whew.
That's gonna be the set. Going to Red Curry in the pink. It's very nice to see new faces enter the ring, and
Yep.
playing a mirror can always be quite irritating. To be fair, there was a lot of swinging going on though in this matchup. I think sometimes, because I remember I used to do a lot of pressing all the time. You know, if I'm minus and I'm forcing my turn back, you know, stuff like this. Sometimes doing less is also fine. You know, you don't need to necessarily be pressing a button all the time. And I think it's worth noting, instead of trying to force your turn back in a game where people can punish for very high damage.
It's also an easy habit to fall into, I think. Especially at lower level when people don't properly press when you're minus. So people don't press, you press again and it works, and then you go, oh, this is how I should be playing the game. Until you meet
Oh.
someone who knows what to do and you get crushed for it. Anyway, we have a rare
Yes.
instance of Vayne.
We have a Vayne gamer with the best color, IMO. Gonna be Grapplo versus Mao Karasu.
But what's with the smirk? Are you hiding something?
I don't know how this matchup would go.
I think it's a problem for Vayne, I would say, because I think Cagliostro can set up a scenario where Vayne has to be the aggressor, and I don't think Vayne is particularly amazing at doing that. You know,
Yeah, that's fair.
his 6XL's kind of whatever, IMO. He kind of, like, he has a lot of specials which aren't necessarily the best frame data in the game, especially like on block. A lot of it's minus. Oh, using the 2H to clear out the trap above his head. I like
Okay.
that.
It does look like Vayne's 2-1-4 does actually clear traps though, so at least he's got that.
Just sending the big wave across the screen. Like a windscreen wiper. Just traps be gone.
Yep.
He's gonna get the bounce. He's gonna connect that. Oh, he is with the 2U.
Nice block. Oh, no punish. Unfortunate.
That's okay though. He did block that, so Kag
Yeah.
would have been plus.
Well, I think it was ground, and it's just a traditional reversal at that point. Punishable on block, I believe.
Kag is gonna take this round, but it's how you say. I'm very surprised. Vayne's specials do seem to be clearing the traps out of the way quite handily.
Yeah.
This
I
is
imagine,
punishable.
I
Sorry.
imagine the matchup would be absolutely atrocious if that wasn't the case.
I mean, Kag doesn't necessarily want to be in your face anyway.
Yeah.
And Vayne doesn't necessarily want to be in your face either.
Nice check of the teleport. Good reactions.
Are we gonna connect with the 2U again? Oh, no,
Oh.
not quite.
Unfortunate.
Gonna get a counter hit though. Now we're jumping. We dodge the throw. This is gonna be big damage if he can get the whole thing off.
Oh, drop it. Unfortunate. Still, one more. Oh! Is that gonna recover in time? It doesn't.
Oh, it is. Oh, well. Vayne's gonna get hit by this, unfortunately. Didn't quite hit the ground in time.
Almost though.
It's gonna be the first round going to Mao Karasu.
Hair samples from you.
Yep.
And for the last time, I don't have anything.
I do think it looks like Vayne's shield is kind of useless in this matchup though. It's not a great tool to begin with as far as I know, but I don't think.
Yeah, it's you've got to think, right? Well, when is the shield realistically gonna come out? It does have a 40 frame startups, and it's only really gonna be when you win a neutral interaction, right?
Yeah.
And if Kag puts themselves like at this range, it's gonna be very hard for Vayne to even find much use in standing behind the shield, let alone getting it out.
Yeah, that's a big risk as well. I think you could try and just clip Kag with a lot of long-range specials, but she has more reward than Vayne does, so you have to be correct. Assuming she spares into a trap a lot more than she does, so I don't think that's a correct way to play either. Link a U-scale, he just got the meter for it, nice.
Excellent combo routing coming out here from Grappler. Gonna be
Yeah.
taking this first round in the second game.
Good awareness of resources.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mao dying there with 3 diamonds and 100 meter might be worth thinking about, you know, was there a part in this round where I could have maybe just spent a little bit more? Right, gonna be getting a counter hit with the far H. Gonna be using spare body to get through the energy destruction, I like that. And now we're just giving Vayne a little bit of a hard time, bullying him around with the spear,
Yeah.
getting pushed all over. Tried to spare body into the grab, but Vayne did read that. Just gonna dodge this.
I don't think Grapple needs to be a bit more aggressive in approaching.
Yeah, I think it's like with the Zona fight from earlier. You've got to have a really good reason for either walking back or jumping back, because if you keep this scenario of where I'm never gonna walk forward and I'm just gonna give Kag space all the time, it's gonna be very hard for you to ever deal any damage.
Yeah. Not only dealing damage, but also significant damage, because a stray like specials isn't going to do that much, like what, 150? You have to
Yeah.
win so many interactions to actually close out the game that way. Nice, good check.
Unfortunately for Vayne, he doesn't have any insane damage combos outside of like 2H anti-air confirms. That's where his big haymaker hits can come in.
Yeah.
But he is going to take this round. It's going to be 1-1. Finding his way in, and you know, maybe Mao just struggling with Vayne being all up in his business. I mean, it can be hard, right? But it's purely just because when someone's this close to you, there's more options you can represent. There's more you've got to think about.
Yep. I will say, I think the offense Grappler was running at the end of the round there was good. I don't know if he recognized it, but he kept throwing. And it was a fairly safe thing to do, considering that Mao did not have enough meter to actually DP. So the threat of throw was a lot more potent there, considering that, I think. Nice. I think you need to keep running after you get a hit like that. Get in range for like 6XL or something.
Like, yeah, now you close. Yeah, you like that. You want to close the distance. You want to be using 6XL.
Nice. Stop. If you're running offense and you get BC like that, it is inevitable. Don't let it discourage you. You have to do it anyway. As annoying as it is. Oh, drops it. Unfortunate.
That is the game we play, but it just doesn't mean it. Oh, no BP here, but he does have 100 meter.
Blocks
he
the
gonna
cross
be-
up. Nice.
Nice UDP.
I'm no strategy.
Looks like Mao did not recover in time or land in time to block it, so good awareness.
Yeah. Jumping against Vayne can be so terrifying, even if you're someone like Kag who's got like air teleports. You get hit by any 2H, you know, this character really can hurt.
Ooh, nice. There is actually one thing I'm wondering if the shield could be good for. If Vayne is standing on top of it, would it absorb a spear hit? I don't love that.
Yeah, I would not be able to tell you. Actually, going to be using the U all for one. Or just the U shield.
Ooh, unfortunate drop. Damn, nice. Good use of teleport.
I believe that U skill from Vayne was probably in reaction to Kag teleporting, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing if you're, you know, keeping yourself aware of what's going on.
Yeah, sometimes there's a tangent to be had here. Reacting to stuff can be broadly broken down into like Twitch reacting, where I'm going to assume my opponent is going to do this. I see any movement and then I'm committing to, say, a DP or whatever. You can do this a lot faster than like genuinely reacting to something, which is incredibly difficult.
Gonna find our way in with the spare body. Just playing around the trap.
Ooh, nice. Air movement from Mao as well, staying outside of range of the specials. Good adaptation.
Ooh, going in with the leapfrog.
Being aware of the traps and being careful not to get speared when they're on top of them. Good stuff.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about Mao is they'll almost always spear within the next couple of seconds after putting a trap above the opponent's head. So maybe this is something you could think about.
Good hit. Oh, drops it. Unfortunate. Reset. We take those.
Oh,
Okay, DP now. Still fine. Okay, now it's a bit rougher. Ooh, good dodge.
unique spot dodge. This could be, well, this should be it.
Yep. Into super. Nice. Keep it simple.
Yeah,
Just go to the
definitely.
round.
Even just Raging Strike, Raging Chain would have been great, but yeah, both of these options work very well, very easy to execute.
If it kills, it kills. Who cares about
Yes,
defense?
if it kills, it kills. Very wise.
Round one.
People die when they are killed.
Truly. Nice. Good check.
I'm gonna get the counter hit off.
I think Grappler's managing to stay in range of where he can threaten more stuff and then also react more to Mao's options. That is working out very well for him so far.
I actually tried to 6-6H there. Well, let's see what Mao could do with this setup. Not get too much more. He's going with the overhead ender on the auto combos.
Oh, in through the trap. Interesting.
Grappler just using these 2 H's to clear the air above him, but got to be careful that the recovery is not going to put you in any real danger.
Yeah.
He's just going to get hit with a low on the jump down.
It's also important to remember that Kag's traps do not go away on block. So you have to make sure that you're actually hitting her if you're pushing yourself into a trap. Ooh, almost cut in, but good movement from both players so far. Clearing the traps. Ooh, cheeky run under. stop it. Ah, almost gets the anti-air, but not quite. This close though. Nice, pulls up, keeps out.
Rolled out of the way of the spear. Now we're keeping ourselves within
Nice.
Vayne's. Yeah, nice dodge here.
I think one thing Mao can actually do is cancel into traps more. Grappler hasn't really been contesting a lot, so Mao can push the pressure a lot if they cancel into traps more. Try and make Grappler either hold more stuff, make them more antsy, to do anything.
I got to be careful with these specials. When they're not spaced properly, it can end quite badly.
Enough to close out the game, nice.
It's gonna just be 2-2.
Yep.
Gonna be going into the final game here of our first half.
Ready or not?
Believe in victory.
One thing that Mao has presented it, Grappler really needs to be aware of cancels into traps, because you don't want to like get away with that.
Yeah.
Nice. Back off a bit. Didn't have to shimmy. Nice. Good punish. Conversion though, unfortunate. Nice. Picks up the trap hit. Yeah, again, trap cancel. Grapple being very passive on defense. Nice.
Not quite getting the throw. The spacing is special quite nicely so that the punish can't come through. And then he even gets a punish of his own. Oh. Hopefully he's still blocking. Yep, he's blocking. Can he get a punish in?
Oh, out of
Ooh.
range.
I respect it. I would have probably done the same thing. Honestly, I mean, like you say, if you don't know if you've got the range, then you're gonna Raging Strike, Raging Chain.
Yeah.
But he still does close out the round. Nice energy destruction, bringing the 214Ms into action.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Teleport's past it this time.
Spot dodges the stone.
One thing you can try, if you see your opponent jump high into the air like that forward, you can walk under them and side switch.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, walking out can be very potent if they're up forwarding on you in the corner. Like, even with, you might even be able to do it with Vayne's forward jumping specials too.
Yeah. The thing about it is that since you switch sides, nice grapple low. Closes up the set, 3-2. But you walk forward out of the corner like that, you're blocking high automatically, so the game will block any hit like for you, and you switch sides. So it's surprisingly safe to do, like unintuitively.
That's going to be a great final set of the first half. I hope Mao's not too disencouraged with the little collapse on their way out. They both played really great. This set was really close.
Yeah,
But yeah,
some genuinely good adaptations from both players, I think.
I liked your comments on, you know, doing the trap cancel more to pressure your opponent into having to hold things. Vayne maybe wasn't keeping the best spacing on the specials to start with, but I think that got ironed out towards the end of the set. And also getting the link with the 2U off of like the U slashes was a really nice to see. Getting some, big damage conversions there.
Yeah.
But this I think this matchup can be a little troublesome for Vayne, but Grappler not showing any fear in that regard. Coming in and taking the set 3-2. But that is going to be our first half. Now, I might be wrong, but I think Mr. Lobber is going to be running a 5-minute break. Just to let everyone go to the bathroom, drink from their sippy cups, get ourselves prepared for the intense matches of the second half.
Yep, indeed. I'm your host, Lobster. Hello. But before we do that, we have some machine to do. We can also take a look at our standings real quick at this halfway point. So
Ooh,
we've got
yes.
Danek, Strobler, and Radio Blade up in first place. All of them have been 3-0 so far. We'll see how those standings develop, but right now one of those are looking to take first. And you can see on the screen the standings below that. And let's
Yeah.
get to shilling. I normally shill from... I'm actually running these on Sundays now, so I can shill at the start of the week. I normally shill these from Wednesdays from when I run these, but tomorrow at the start of every week we've got Hard Edge Weeklies on the Mondays. I always recommend these to beginners. They're a nice first to 5 exhibition. You can ask for analytical commentary in the sign up form, and it's a nice long set. You just play it and see what happens. You get some feedback, so always pretty good. The signups do fill up pretty quickly, so do be quick.
They literally filled up in 60 seconds this week.
Yeah. So set an alarm or something for, I believe it's 6
For
p.m.
5
5
p.m. UK time.
Yeah, 5 UK time. That's on the Tuesday, the sign-up's open. But do participate if you're interested. Any of these question marks could be you. They try to match you up with like people of similar skill levels. Tell them, hey, I'm a beginner, maybe this rank, and they'll put you up with something similar. So should be nice and chill.
You can also sign up for next week. You can like go onto the form and say, I want to be on the waiting list for next week, and then you auto get put onto the next week's list. So if you don't make it quite into the 20 slots fast enough, you could do this too.
Yeah, but instead of a minute, instead of filling up in a minute, that fills up in like a minute and a half. So
Okay. We're trying out here. We're trying.
we're trying.
What else have we got?
After that, on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, we've got, at least we should have, promenade ballrooms. It's a bit up in the air sometimes. It should have been up last week, but Cake unfortunately fell ill. But assuming it all goes well, that there should be ballrooms. Again, these are long sets. These are nice to get feedback on. First to 10s is what they are. You have to sign up for those in Cake's Discord sometime on the Monday. The Discord is linked here in front of you and on Cake's profile. After that, we've got, on the Thursdays, this is before Ballroom, regular double elimination bracket, hosted by Nayu. He's done a pretty good job of holding this down, I think, every single week. I'm not sure if he missed a week. But yeah, this is just a place to have some games. You might not like the double elimination format, but it is the usual format. It's good to get a taste of like what it's like up there. And the more beginners that sign up to these events, the better it becomes. They kind of fall into this cycle of no beginner sign up, so therefore it becomes not good for beginners. So it is good to get as many people signing up as possible. And then lastly, we have Promenade Weeklies on Saturday, another double elimination event. So if you want to play more Grand Blue, you got your choice of this week. Those are hosted by Cake, Saturday at 8 PM. And yeah, that should do us for this week's shilling. Unless you do have anything else to add. Oh, actually, there's on the Friday. I haven't got a graphic for this, and there isn't one on the folder. But Wanted, Pap hosts Wanted on Fridays. You've signed up for those as well, right, Samu?
Yeah, it's a ladder style event based on the website start.gg, so anyone can sign up. It's completely free. And you play in a system where you win games against other people and you collect stars like in a ranked system. And whoever has the most stars gets to play against probably some of the strongest players in Europe, if I was going to be brutally honest. And it's nice because, it's like the beginner bracket in the sense where, you don't just lose two times and you're out. You can keep playing as much as you want to. So yeah, give it a look, and I'm sure people in there will always give you tips after games if you want them. Worst they can say is no.
Yeah, indeed.
But
That's
yeah.
what I like about the ladder format. It's as you say, you can just keep playing. There's no elimination until the end of the event.
And it's about 2 hours.
Yeah. Alright, that does us for the first half. We'll be taking a 5-minute break to get water, go toilet, all that stuff. And we'll see you guys in a bit.
And welcome back. We are going to resume Loba's beginner brawl tournament. Well, beginner bracket. It is now up to the 4th round. Once again, still here with Samu and me.
Hello, it's Samu.
Now, who's up next? It should be Makosh versus Sirius. Enter the room right now, or at your earliest convenience.
Right, meow. Just going to be waiting for our next ferry player to join. I don't know. This TO is being very sussy with his choices. This is one too many ferries that I have had to commentate in the past hour. I don't know about this one. Where are the Charlotta gamers? Come on.
Apparently in top 8's not here.
Yeah, we're gonna have Yon and Reagin. But first, we're gonna have Sirius Bacon playing. Is it Makoshe?
Yep.
Gonna be seeing the return of the 2B. Funnily enough, wasn't the previous Makoshe game against 2B?
Actually, yes. That is. What are even the odds of that?
Well, at least one. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing some 2B versus Ferry again. Maybe Makosha's watched the stream from earlier and took the feedback. Maybe he hasn't, but even so, it's not a lot of time to adapt. You know, it doesn't happen that fast, so I wouldn't worry too much. We'll have to see if we see any major changes.
Yeah, it's just more data. Like, oftentimes I find adaptation or progress comes after the set the next day or whatever, after you've had some time to collect your thoughts.
Sure.
One thing I immediately noticed is that Sirius is a lot more proactive with throwing out GG when he thinks the space. Ooh, still caught by the with cancel from 2B. Nice. Caught by the whip.
Nice grab. Obviously taking away the gravity well as well.
Oh, misses the combo, but still gets a side switch. It's not the worst.
2B's now in the corner. Just gonna throw out GG. It's gonna get dispelled. And now we've got this scenario where we've got some big range gaming going on. GG out again.
Yep. Good recognition from Sirius, seeing that Makosh likes to try and stay full screen and throw out the tether. Good DP.
I'm just gonna jump our way out of this scenario. Gonna get grabbed though by the U skill, and now Ferry's on the way in using the ultimate GG. I'm just gonna grab to take the round. Nice offense from Sirius here.
Yep, spends meter, had it. No reason not to put it out.
Just taking the resources that you've got available to you, and you know, making them do work.
Yep.
And now we've got some more big range gaming going on.
Ooh, nice dodges GG. Good spacing. Sorry, Apple.
This was a great use of the air stall to dodge the Beppo. Just throw a grenade at the cat to get rid of it. I don't think that's actually what happened. I think it just timed out, but it looked quite funny all the same. Gonna get the auto combo into our machine gun. Ooh, actually got a counter hit here.
One thing I think Makosh needs to do more of is, instead of cancelling into the downward shot, I don't know what it's called, cancel into the gauntlet that amasses forward. You gain a lot more screen space that way, and you can probably keep your offense going better.
Sure.
Which is especially important against Ferry.
The move where 2B jumps in the air and throws the nade, though, I mean, the big thing with this move is that most people punish it by DPing. But when you are against a character like Ferry, who doesn't really have access to something like this all that often, it probably would be nice and, you know, a bit stronger. I think it leaves you plus, which is why people cancel into it.
Yep, I think it's like +2 or something. It's plus enough.
Yeah. So against Ferry, this move might be quite irritating. All right, nice combo link. Gonna finish off with the gauntlet. We're gonna get another gauntlet. Yep. Nice bread and butter coming out.
I believe that's one of our most meter efficient combos at this point.
Yeah.
At least that
No.
I'm aware of.
Just looking for maybe
Nice roll.
some opening. Yeah, rolling through the red wire, always great.
Ooh,
Yeah, that was
unfortunate.
nice.
Didn't get a conversion, but still. Nice
Also-
setup from Sirius.
Also noticing, different from Strobler, when 2B's in the corner, Sirius isn't using the GG that runs off the map. Just
Yeah.
sticking with the version of GG that stays on the field.
Ooh, nice. Recognizes that Sirius spot dodges a lot, and so he uses the U skill that punishes reaction dodging. Good idea.
Very nice adaptation coming in here. Beppo gonna catch Makosh in the air.
Couple more stray hits. Oh, catches the backdash.
That's gonna be the round. And yeah, I think it's just with it's one of these things where I personally think when you're this far away from the ferry, you know, what options do you realistically have? I think once Makosh gets in like this, I think they look quite strong.
Yeah.
So they just need to maybe play with a bit more confidence. I know it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
It comes with experience in the matchup as well, learning where, like, Makosh space himself out of 2M rage there, and then you need to learn where can I stand to avoid 2U, etc, etc. So it comes to practice. The important thing is, don't be afraid to get your ass whooped while you learn this. Everyone's been there. Everyone will be
Yeah.
there.
And if you're new to a fighting game too, like zoners are just, it's a different style of game that you need to understand. Nice getting the overhead.
I
gonna
don't
be-
know if you can actually brave cancel that, or brave counter. That's the word.
Well, the overhead's pretty fast when Ferry jumps, right? So I think you
Yeah.
might struggle. Unless you mean Brave cancelling off of GG hitting you.
I think there's a special property to DD where you can only brave counter the first one, and so after that you're just stuck in box stun. I said I'm gonna GG again. Oh, last hit. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
Add
it's
range
gonna
of
be
whip.
50 meter getting tossed to the side. Unfortunately, didn't land.
It happens.
You're gonna get lots of movement coming out. Nope.
The main thing I think Makoshi needs to work on is simply quote unquote walking. Gain a bit of ground, sit down, avoid getting snipes.
Yeah.
And once Fairy throws a normal at you, attempt to react to if she's throwing a whip. If she does, fall through it. If she doesn't, take a bit more space. And she'll have to give up space slowly but surely. You are winning while you're doing this, even if it feels counterintuitive or annoying, etc, etc. It is a viable and arguably the safest thing to do. Nice. Yeah, that special is also probably a good idea. If you have the space, set it up, and then you can threaten it at any point in the air, I believe? At least. You can get some plus frames on the man.
Gonna get a knockdown here from this. And then
Sirius didn't
Trying-
tech it, I believe, but even then, you should still get into range of maybe Far Light or 5L for 2B.
nice counter hit. Gonna get the crumple, but doesn't quite reach with the far heavy. He's gonna get a whiff punish here. And now we're just getting some nice 2B pressure. Doesn't dodge the Raging Strike. What? Sirius not able to convert off of it.
GG.
Alright.
Yeah. Dangerous for both players. Enough resources for you skills. Low enough health that it'll actually matter. Even closer. Yeah. Good patience from Sirius. Ready to go through.
Yeah.
Oh, tries to BC too early. Unfortunate.
Luckily, yeah, it gets close enough to just finish off the round with an auto combo. Keep it simple. But Sirius, ready to dodge a lot of these lasers and wires that come out from Makosh.
if this does start happening to you, keep in mind there's only so many things your opponent can realistically keep track of. If they're focusing on this, then you are very likely to be able to get away with something else, like walking up a little bit, maybe jumping. You'll have to figure that out. It's the hard part.
And yeah, it's, people, just because people play the character, they might also be playing the character differently to other people who play that character. So, just because it's wrong in one scenario doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong somewhere else. So don't, try and just focus on the character rather than the person playing it, especially from like a new perspective, like a new player perspective.
Ooh,
You just
jump in.
Oh, no more bravery points to respond, since that one took away the last one. Gonna be finishing off the round here. Makosh getting a game on the board.
Nice. Good stuff. Let's see if they can keep up the offense.
Believe in victory. Round 1. Start. Want some? There.
Just gonna
Yeah,
playing a
same
bit of.
thing. Staying quite far away. Too far away, I think. And also very active in backdashing. Like immediately giving up the space you just gained. It's counterproductive, especially for the risk you took of getting that little space to begin with. It is scary, but wall blocking is like definitely worth practicing.
I mean, if you just crouch block at the same time, you don't have to walk back.
Yeah.
You can block and stay in the position you're in, so you're blocking and not giving up space.
Yeah. And in this game, there's very few random events that'll clip you, so just defaulting to low block is by far the safest thing anyway. Good combo from Sirius.
You're
Yeah,
very
just
low
tipping him
here.
out. Yeah, really rough spot for Makosh here. Yeah. Honestly, I understand just running at that point. It's like any normal into anything, and you're almost certain to be dead. So, if you're in a situation where you have to, just going for a desperate Hail Mary can work out.
Nice evasive maneuver and a punish. Doesn't quite get the full conversion, but it was a good combo all the same. Now Ferry's in quite a big predicament, and immediately now you're getting all these throws in. You can put normals in there. You can cancel with grenades or gauntlets. It becomes a lot more of a scary offense. But it's going to be serious on the attack now. Going to be representing a U skill here. Just going to respond with the DP.
Gets a side switch. Full screen though.
Oh, manages to spot dodge. Unfortunately falls into GG.
Holding down neutral.
I honestly think this was a great mash here, because you know that Sirius is going to go for the setup, right?
Yeah.
Round 3. Start.
Right,
Good awareness to also convert into ready strike to close out the round.
Yeah.
Ooh, last second DP.
It's going to be playing it slow. Going to be using the double jumps and the air stalls. And it's a shame because they jump forward and they get these gains, and then they just jump backwards afterward.
Yeah. Again, it is really scary. And even if you fail at it, it's important not to give up. Especially if you're learning something new. Just because it didn't work out like once or twice doesn't mean you shouldn't do it in the rest of the set.
And, naturally, if you try and quote-unquote take a risk and it doesn't go right, at least you can look at that and go, well, why didn't this work? As opposed to getting chipped out in the corner where you might not be able to take as much from a game. Okay, just blocking the UGG, pretty good. Sirius is all the way down to 0 BP here.
Yeah, scary situation though. Nice. Went low.
This might have been worth you DPing. I'm not sure if GG would have stopped that.
I don't know. Still, it was a good attempted block from Makosh there. I saw a attempted high block, and most of the times when I'd seen the setup, he had been hit high, so it's a fair guess to go high or attempt to block high.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a valiant effort. Serious, always improving all the time. It's really nice to see. The Fairy players they're hungry for some buffs out here, but they're trying their best all the same, and it's very, very nice to see them going strong on their favorite character. And you know, like I said, just playing a character that you like can pay you dividends in this game just for learning. But yeah, I wouldn't feel too bad about it, Makosh, if you're here. I think, you had to play against a Fairy before, and maybe you're not too sure of the matchup, and then you've got to play another one, and people don't adapt that fast. You might need to sleep on it and then think about it a little bit more, and then sleep on it again. But
Versus
you'll get there.
Nier.
But we're gonna have, is it Gion versus Ryujin?
Believe so?
We are slopping
Stained with blood.
in more ways than one, even.
We'll find out how degenerate it gets.
I can't escape the sins.
I think Seox does actually have a reasonable upper hand against some of Nia's stuff, since they counter dash projectiles, and Empty Hand does go through it.
Round one. Start.
Yeah, Empty Hand, a very strong tool in this game. Actually going to be using the 5U to just teleport straight past Nia and get a hit from behind.
Ooh, yeah, safe jump and parries like that just gets through it. So, not safe jumps have less value against that. At least you have to. Oh,
Ooh.
interesting. Looks like Death missed there for a bit.
It looks like a H parry response to the 50-50. I believe the H parry from Seox, does it block overheads too?
The H parry should just block everything, though I
Yeah.
don't know how it interacts specifically with Nier not being the one to hit him. Oh, crosses up the DP input. Instead of Misfortune, the 214 comes out, and Raging gets to punish. Oh, the clash, nice!
Very interesting clash. Wow, this is actually quite an exciting game. Oh, unfortunately doesn't quite connect the Wrecker.
Alright,
It's gonna be
suddenly,
some deep damage.
nice Fox 50. Oh, never mind, I spoke too soon. It might be.
Fortunately, it's a very tough thing to deal with, especially if you've never seen it before.
So why did you push me away?
Yeah, it's still hard to deal with it in just in general.
Believe
A lot
in
of
victory. Round one.
lot of setups. You need to be aware of what to do. A lot of damage. You don't have a lot of room to make mistakes. Nier be pretty good.
Just wait.
We're not ready to anti-air. Mashes works out.
Just backing out on the blocked Wrecker.
Yeah. Raging keeping a very high pace so far, though Jonas been able to deal with it fairly well.
Nice, gonna get the connection. Raging Strike, Raging Chain. Now get a Demons into some more auto combo shenanigans.
Ooh,
Empty
beats-
Hand. I believe this is right.
Yeah. Beats
I'm
out
really
the-
I'm really bad with CX skills. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, messes up the combo. Guess. Oh,
Oh, and it whiffs. I think Nier's gonna be able to do enough here.
yeah. Jonas doing nothing, so I don't know if that was a drop or a big brain outplay on a Misfortune call out or something.
Round two. Start.
I don't know if that die could get even big boss.
Not entirely sure on this one, unless you mean the fireball.
Nah, just the Seox dive kick. I don't think it's that great. At least not that I'm aware of. Pressing, but not getting a ton of conversions from it, so... Oh,
Actually gets stopped by the Oomphy. Gonna be quite a bit of damage coming out here from Nier.
yeah, gets into the corner, combo limit, but still got most of the damage and corner carry anyway, it's fine.
Nice catch with the low, but doesn't convert into anything. But big 2H.
That should be death.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's gonna do it. Gonna be 1 round each in this second game.
Round three. Start.
Aggressive start, not quite early enough for combo.
Now's my chance.
again. I don't know if that was comboable. 6SL stops him. 50-50. Honestly, taking a throw instead of like actual hits there is fine. Ooh. That was a weird side switch, but we take those, as they say.
This one was definitely practiced. I'm sure of it. Oh, nice! Again with the use skill to get out of the situation, and now we're just going to be getting some big damage down. Doesn't quite... Was this combo limit, or did he just unfortunately miss the conversion?
I didn't see if it was combo limit, but it looks like the projectile just went through due to spacing. I have almost never seen that.
Might be just an unfortunate set of circumstances here for Ryujin, but definitely a strong showing from both players so far.
Yeah, nice. Getting through the misfortune again. Or death, sorry.
You can call it misfortune, it's okay.
Uh,
the umphy, as I call them.
good damage. What was that combo even?
Just a lot of 5U. This is gonna hurt.
I would have been outraged if he died, to be honest. A little bit of mashing, as a treat.
Oh, not quite. It does land, but he doesn't actually manage to continue it.
You see, rough spot to be in. Ooh, spotted too late. Yes! Into SSBA, nice.
Yeah.
Dead.
Nice and simple. Great conversion into the SSBA. It's gonna be the first round going to Ryujin here.
It cracks me up seeing the Super on stream because it murders the bitrate every time. Oh, missed the combo. Unfortunate.
It's okay. Another Raging Strike coming out. Now it's going to be 1-to-1.
Extra damage taken against there is kind of... Oh! Beats up whatever you death skill that was. A lot of damage.
This is just going to be straight into SBA.
Yeah.
And now Nier's got to think about what her options are. No follow-up here because you've got no more meter.
It can still work, but you need to be closer.
Yeah, you've got to be very close.
Yeah.
Oh, nice 2L. Nier wasn't quite ready for this one. That's going to be Ryujin's first game on the board.
Yep.
If it hadn't been for him, I might very well have.
What adaptations would you like from both of these players? I personally think that they could do with throwing a bit more. I think they're just often trading combos back and forth, and if each player just blocked, I think a lot of this would just be a bit of a stalemate. But throwing is like that extra third dimension that, you know, it really opens up the game. Gonna be a big counter hit here. As I'm just yapping away, gonna have Nier, yeah, just killing Seahawks.
Yeah. For Ryujin, my main advice would be to slow down a bit, think a bit more of why you're pressing and what, because I see a lot of hits that lead into nothing. If you're pressing, you should be ready to convert into something. There's a reason for why you're pressing this and what you should be doing next. Of course, everyone misses conversions or whatever, but it shouldn't happen too often, especially not if it leads you into bad situations. For Yon, I think they need to be ready for Seahawks' options. Maybe be less willing to throw at death. They haven't, so they are aware that Seahawks just ignores projectiles like that. Anti-airing, being careful. Double down on that and try and contest Seahawks when possible would be my main advice. Oh, good idea.
There's gonna be some great damage now.
Oh, kills
it?
death.
Yeah. Just a quick parry, I believe this was, to stun death. Now Nier's gonna be alone for a little bit. But he is gonna get a spot dodge, which is gonna allow him to just get a counter hit, leaving him just plus enough to finish off the round. And the set. It's gonna be 3-1 to Gion. Yeah, maybe we could see some slowing down from Ryujin, like you say. You know, can I press a button and am I sure I'm gonna get a conversion here? You don't necessarily need to be 100% accurate, but you've got to have some kind of idea behind why you're pressing these buttons. Doesn't need to be anything too complicated for sure, though, right?
Yeah, it can be. I'm going to. The classic would be say 2L far light, give yourself one more hit to try convert it to something far heavy into. I guess for Seox it doesn't matter too much if he just does Drek afterwards. Not too much commitment there, stuff like that. Your character has a tool, or usually has some tool that they can convert into or cancel into that has low commitment if you're unsure, or high commitment but high reward if you're quite sure. That said, single hit confirming is hard. Don't feel bad if you can't consistently do it. So it comes to practice.
Yeah, especially if you're doing it off of a light, it can definitely not be the easiest thing in the world. And you know, we are only human after all. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, for sure. But yeah, I quite enjoyed this set.
Yeah, the thing about especially from lights and often like 2Ms, single hit confirms, is that it matters more about the context. Say, I see someone running towards me, I press far medium, and I can fairly safely in my head assume that I have either hit them out of 6XL or I'm going to get kind of hit myself. Stuff like that you'll pick up on as you keep playing.
Okay, well, I can confirm that our next matchup is going to be announced momentarily when I find it. It's not announced yet. The match that's announced but not announced. There's a match coming. I can confirm this much maybe.
We're announcing the announcement of an announcement. Please stand by.
Just play the elevator music, Lobber. Awesome stuff.
There we go. First up is Black versus Nudell. Get in here.
Oh, we're gonna be seeing Mr. Pringles. I believe Nadell plays Mr. Pringles.
Oh, damn.
And I think Black plays Nia? Or they might be playing Beatrix in recent history. I don't know if they swapped. I mean, to be fair, Nerdle could have swapped for all I know.
I think Black played UL at some point, if I recall correctly. I haven't seen him too much though, so I don't know.
Very exciting stuff as we await the arrival of our gamers. Oh, Black was playing Beatrix on stream? Oh, of course they were. Bro,
Yeah, earlier.
my memory's so bad.
Hey, they could switch, you don't know.
And we're gonna have Nerdle playing Nia today. Okay. We are ready to go, it seems. Just waiting for our members to get ready. No yippers, unfortunately, today.
Versus
But we've still got some games left, so you never know. You never know. And we're gonna have Beatrix, which is a heavy rushdown character,
Live in victory. Round
against our little semi-puppet character. As puppet as it gets in this game, at least, anyway.
I'm not familiar enough with puppet characters in other games to really go on about that. So, what I want to know, however, is how much bullshit can Bea go under with Tutu from near?
What can we low profile?
Find out today. Nice.
Gonna use the Embrask sword.
That's
Get up
getting
to-
SB8.
Just SBA straight back. It's gonna be
Bruh.
blocked though. And now we got a bit of a stalemate going on. Getting lots of sweeps coming out from Noodle. Another DP doesn't quite hit. Rolls through the death. Raging Strike coming out, and now we've got, yeah, we just got the Nair coming in with the lights. Just finished off the round.
Fun fact, if you get supered, raw supered or raw DP'd, chances are that your opponent's going to do it right back. I'm sure there's some like mathematical rule about that. The spike DP.
It's just the art of war. When DP back. When super back. Gonna come in with the donk. That's gonna allow one use of Delta Clock. But now we... Yeah. Oh, it's not gonna get the cut in, unfortunately.
I would actually, in this instance, for Black, recommend holding on to your super, especially when you have clock available. You can convert into 2-2 and get like shit tons of damage mid-screen if you hold on to your SSBA for a bit longer.
This character's damage is very, very scary.
Yes.
But yeah, Nerdle just gonna finish off the game with a parry S on the SSBA.
Believe in victory. Round 1.
We're gonna go into our second game here.
No, you should
Gotta be-
do more.
Gotta be careful when you're using 2-2H as Beatrix. You can punish this, I believe, with a light.
Yep.
Maybe something to keep in mind. Not everyone's knowing the frame data so far, though. Everyone's still feeling out the character.
Yeah. It is important to, if you're unsure about something, go into a lab, check out something. You don't have to do a ton of it, just bit by bit. That's good enough.
Lots of raw supers coming out here. We'll just sort of...
Damn.
Gonna be a whiff punish.
That looked like 6XL, so Black could not recover in time.
Round 2. Start.
I'm just gonna go round start 2-2M for the +2 on block. It does whiff, but we are still safe.
Yep.
Gonna be a counter hit here though. Doesn't actually go with the Raging Chain, just lets the Raging Strike fly.
This mushroom, my beloved, be hated, depending on your perspective.
Maybe as a bit. Oh, I don't think this is gonna quite connect.
No.
Yeah, after your heavy fireball, you just want to be doing auto combo again. Like just a medium, because you're like +7.
Yeah.
Oh, Delta Clock though is gonna allow him to auto combo the way through this round.
Round 3. Start.
Yeah, there we go, nice. And in the corner, straight away. A little bit of wake-up grabbing, nice, deep is back.
And then a grab. Nodal not necessarily ready for
Nice.
it. Respecting the misfortune, that was brilliant stuff from Black. Gonna get some good damage now, and connects with 2-2U! Oh, all the way to combo limit, this was massive damage. Wow, that was a lock-in if I've ever seen one.
That was a big brain moment right there.
Absolutely immaculate stuff.
Believe in victory. Round 1. Start.
It's gonna be 1-1.
Dive kick this time, fair enough. You got the tools, use it. Ooh.
I like the spot dodge after the DP doesn't connect. Like a T.
Yep.
Alright. Wow.
Interesting. Did that catch the fireball and trigger it that way?
Yeah, it looked like it parried the fireball, but because Bayo was close enough, it just said, you know what? Into the chamber you go, and
Death crushes balls. Well, I don't know what it would be.
it twisted.
Gender equivalent. Let's move on.
Twist that ponytail.
Yeah, fair enough. Is that gonna die or? Oh my!
I mean, no
God.
no BP. You've got to assume.
I didn't see that when it happened. To be fair, so I was unsure for a second.
Start.
I'm just gonna go with a HDP. Nerdle backing out all the way into the corner. I can understand wanting to get away from this absolute gorilla, but you know you've got to take a stand. Just letting the Raging Strike fly again. No Raging Chain coming out.
Nodal did try to 2H, a little bit too slow. Let's keep at it. Mash tech. Drops the combo. Unfortunate. Oh. Blocked.
It's
Nice.
gonna be blocked.
Too far away to actually punish though.
You got to be careful of.
Ah!
Another raw super. Not gonna get the cut in. Just
Nice.
misfortune on wake up. Respects it again. Yeah, you've got to be thinking now. If, like, I don't want to make it too complicated, right? Because we want to keep it basic, don't we? This is a beginner bracket, but this is where the layers sort of begin to come in, where if they're respecting my misfortune, you know, what do I do in response to that? If they're going to halt, maybe I grab them. But, you know, you don't want to overcomplicate it. So, you know, just think that the opponent's doing such a thing and maybe weigh up your options. But we are going to get a character swap. They're going to go into Vasaraga versus Beatrix. Going to have a society matchup.
We truly live in a society.
We truly live in a society. Going to have the orange Vasaraga versus Yggdrasil Beatrix.
Can't help that
This
I
color contrast is jarring.
and I need you to help me secretly perfect it.
I don't know how I feel about the green on that color yet.
Round
No comment.
All right.
Clips him down low. That move is truly devious. Because if you block the first hit of 2-2, and then you stand up, you just get clipped low anyway.
Gonna be coming through with a grab
Oh,
and
nice
the overhead.
I think Nadal could have converted off that. It looked high enough, but I'm no boss expert.
I think that was the guard crush, right? Where you hold it above your head for a little bit, and then when it comes down, it guard crushes. And I believe you can actually combo off of that. Just gonna be sending a super straight back. Yeah, I would definitely be, you know, thinking about my opponent's tendency of doing this. Just keep an eye on their meter. If they're low and they're at 100, you know, I would just be testing the waters, see if I can bait it out.
Or just do safe jabs. Since supers are slow in this game, you can fairly easily, quote-unquote, deal with that kind of stuff by just jabbing. And if you do it right, you'll recover in time against most supers, kind of negating it. Especially if someone shows like they're willing to do it a lot, then just keep your pressure safe like that and wait for them to throw themselves at you and die. Oh, interesting that Bia's DB actually goes over that way.
Nice response by Nerdle there, getting a counter hit because they responded after 2-2H. Just gonna go straight through with the U-tackle and the armor. Another raw super coming out. Nerdle ready for this one. Gonna get the block. It's actually air blockable.
Oh no!
Oh no, but it's okay. No big conversion comes out. We're safe, we're vibing. Delta clock coming through, but we are not gonna get a conversion off that, and we are just gonna slam Beatrix to the ground.
Early throw incident.
Round 3. Start.
That was a cute punish.
Gonna get a low. I think my general tip with Vasaraga stance would be hold down back and just react to command throw. Everything else is relatively minus.
Yeah. Even then, the command throw barely does any damage. It's like, it's less than a normal throw. You can't react to the light throw, but who cares? Like, he spends an armor token for what's basically chip damage.
You can. The idea though is if you see the scythe go behind his head, like in that scenario, and you jump over, you actually get a big punish.
Yeah.
Did he actually just scream Beatrix when he supered? I never heard that before.
Quick check with close light, and Nadal gets a game. Nice. Well, another one.
You've come a long way as a warrior. I only...
Believe in victory.
And we're gonna
Round
be
1.
2-2, getting really close now.
Yep.
Are we gonna go all the way to double Ouija or?
Ooh, not quite ready to trade. What's interesting? That's not the interaction I would expect.
It's the interaction we got all the same. The DP not breaking through the Vass armor, so he's just gonna tackle and fly straight through. Just gonna give him the boot.
That
Nice.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for Vasaraga. Holy shit.
Nice, just DPs the grab, the command crab. Oh, big punish. Oh, doesn't get the Delta clock extension though. I mean, in that scenario, you can just do like heavy auto combo. Just if we super back. I don't make the rules. I mean, it's not gonna kill, but
I am going to be a nerd. Oh my god, wake up. We are on layer layer bullshit right now.
layer bullshit.
Round 2. Start. Nope.
I will be a nerd and say, if you're going to punish with the DP, press like a normal first and then super or auto combo or something.
Yeah.
It depends a bit on the character, what's more optimal, but definitely like close heavy if you're in range, and then super for more damage. That's going to hit, I think. Yep.
Wow. I was a bit worried there because it seems like you can actually block this one in the air, but it looks like Nerd will probably press something. Just gonna super back in response. Not gonna get the cut in though, but we are just gonna close light.
I have no comment.
A lot of supers being thrown back and forth there, I have to say.
Come a long ways.
That's gonna be the set. 3-2.
It may not be optimal, but fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something you've got to consider. If it's working against the opponent you're playing against, why stop doing it? But also keep in mind that that is why you're doing it. And not that, oh, if I just keep raw supering, this is going to work against everyone. Because eventually you are going to run into someone who's not going to be having any of that.
Ultimately, it does come down to, do you want to like actually get better at the game? Like, try to quote-unquote compete or play properly, versus fuck it, I just want to mash buttons and have fun, which fair enough.
Yeah, but we are here to improve, and you know the advice will be, what's the word I'm looking for, bestowed upon them all the same. I think there was some good gameplay in there. Nerdle had a pretty nice Vasaraga.
Yeah.
Maybe Block wasn't too ready for it. But some nice punishes coming through with Block's 2-2H too, so they must be having some good reactions in there to some of the things that's going on.
Zeta's pretty strong. Definitely.
Based on the match was so high, it was hard to commentate on single things.
Not sure I can
By,
keep up.
by the time one thing could happen, there's like 2 other things to commentate on.
Cheetah, I know I've got the advantage when it comes to reach, but I won't go soft on you. Believe in
Does
Alright,
Cheetah
I
have
think-
the advantage when it comes to reach? I mean, you have a spear, Zeta.
I would say this matchup is annoying for Cheetah, and then she gets 50% meter, and then
It's annoying for Zeta.
yes.
The 2-1 for you. Nice. Just gonna do 2U into a super or an ultimate ability.
Ooh, it gets such myself.
Big punish on the Rhapsody launch. I actually tried to use 5U, interesting.
That looked like a frame kill. I've never seen that before.
It's plausible. Danning's keeping his pressure very tight, using lots of plus frames.
That should
Nice,
be
confirmed. Yeah, that should be.
Oh, come
Oh,
on,
he
limit.
dropped it.
Oh, nice.
But it was safe. I mean, I would have just kept it even more simple than that. I would have just basketballed. Like, I would have just Raging Striked again.
Yeah.
Just gonna go in. Nice 2H response. Vorpal Blade. This is gonna send you all the way to the corner. The corner carry on this character is very, very good.
Yeah, it is like her thing. If you're mid-screen, consider yourself cornered. If she commits Ready Strike, Ready Chain, consider yourself cornered from anywhere. Nice, good patience, waiting for a punish. Converts. Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, couldn't spot dodge, I don't think, because they were in grab animation. Some really nice grabs coming out here from the Jita.
Yeah.
round 3.
Against Zeta in particular, I think that's a very valid method of running offense, because, to be honest, I cannot blame Zetas for being eager to parry, considering the reward you get for successfully doing so, and it is vulnerable to grab, so bias or making your offense biased for grabbing is not a bad idea until the Zeta shows that you need to do otherwise.
I think mainly you've got if the Zeta doesn't do the H parry and they do something like the L parry, then you can keep in mind that you can use things like lows to get through. I don't think Zeta typically represents 214M. This is the parry that armors lows.
Yeah. Only in particular circumstances.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe if they're using 214L, you can think about that, but it's okay. Danix is mainly representing 214H here, so you just want to give it a bit of a delay. Just gonna have a bit of a technical issue here, but it's okay. We can carry on yapping about what I was saying anyway. So yeah. It's just a case of if you've got like a Rhapsody going on. Oh, there we go. Bit of a stalemate occurring, probably because of the delay. Gonna be blocking the super ability.
Nice.
That's gonna be the round. Probably threw them off their game a little bit there. I would not worry about that too much. It happens.
Yeah. EU infrastructure moment.
The EU infrastructure, the copper wire telephone lines in the UK decided to participate.
Well worth the investment.
All right, just gonna be 1-0 to Ryun.
Believe in victory. Round 1.
Have to see where the adaptations come from. Just gonna go for a 6XL round start into 2L. Oh, this was a very risky roll in my opinion.
Yep.
Maybe misinput. Nice, just 6XL into throw. It's good pressure.
That's a shimmy, but Danix has some bites. Good. You see, he gets a kind of hit. A bit invert. Oh, unfortunate. Just a bit too slow. Jita's MDP is actually quite slow now. It's like 12 frames, so in circumstances like that, it would probably be worth it to spend 50 just for the guaranteed work.
Danix opting for the gap combo. Just gonna finish it off with a grab.
A little bit of a shimmy, but didn't bite, so just ended up with a throw. Oh, catch something. Nice. Alright, another throw. Catches Rune low. I think Rune could stand to be a bit more active on offense, or sorry, defense. I guess there's always the chance that that happens, but I have seen Danix get away with minus button into minus button a bit more than it should, and you do have to stop that at some point. If your opponent feels like they can get away with it, then fuck it.
Believe in victory. Round
Yeah.
1.
Well, it is now gonna be a 1-1. Gonna hopefully be a nice set, a close set for the rest of the games to come. Getting some great damage here, using the Rhapsody to help link the combo together. Just going straight for a pogo, but he did corner himself, but it's fine. We back throw, we ball. Cheetah connecting with the Vorpal Blade, and now a 6-6L counter hit into a throw, and a 2L counter hit.
Ah, didn't confirm. Unfortunate. Nice.
This is something Danix has been representing a lot, just the 2U into either an ult skill or super.
It's a good 2U, sir.
It is a good 2U.
This is really rough spot for Rune. That's it.
It's probably hard to punish, actually. I mean, it's -7, and it does probably push you a bit far back, with it being 2 hits.
Yeah. I think unless Zeta like fucks up the spacing, then it's practically not possible to punish for most characters. TM.
TM.
Oh, wrong thing. Could have gone into Rekka for a full combo.
Preemptively going for a 2H. Just trying to feel out the situation of what Danix might decide to opt into. It's just going to be jumping into the spear.
Rolls.
He has rolled through. Also something Danix has been doing quite often is the roll. I think
Yay, takes away breakpoints.
a bit of a stalemate going on. He's just going to grab.
Ooh.
Not sure the reasoning on this spot dodge. I mean, you are plus, right? So it's kind of, yeah.
I think Danix was hard calling out a Brave counter. Though, I don't think Rune's been doing too many of them. So I don't think it's something you should be really keeping in mind.
Yeah, you want to be doing that kind of stuff after you've seen it been represented, right?
Even then, BC is so hard to deal with that you kind of just have to accept it happens and just go, okay, I have gained a point in the resource war, considering the risk you take for dealing with it. Some characters have better options, like Zeta can parry it. Narm can like do Moon Flip bit, stuff like that. But if you don't have blessed options like that, just take the BC is fine.
I really like Ryun's strike throw pressure. I think it's very good. Gonna be connecting with an ult skill here from Danix though. Not gonna be turning into much more. Rolling through the laser to get closer and then just applying 6XL again.
Yeah. Ooh.
Another 2U into an ult skill, and it's gonna be the gap combo into
Yeah.
a kill. Very, very strong setup that Zeta can do.
The gappening has occurred. Let's move on. Ooh, that is punishable, I think, at the spacing. Nice.
Nice sweep into H fireball, jumping. Ooh, misses the brave counter because Zeta hadn't turned around yet.
Yeah.
Nice Rhapsody.
That's the risk of using 6SL against Zeta. She has a very good tool in Rhapsody to deal with that. Nice! Good confirm. Or option select, doesn't matter.
Nice spot dodge.
Oh. Unfortunate.
I mean, it's not a terrible scenario to be in. I mean, the Jita's now got 100 meter of their own to try and make something happen. Still got 2 diamonds. Gonna get grabbed, and now it's probably gonna be... Oh, it's actually an empty jump into a low. Danix hasn't done that yet, so that was actually quite smart.
Yep.
Maybe just hiding that tool in the bag for the very end to catch them off guard. Danix is gonna take it 3-1 though. Good stuff from him.
Yep. My main advice for Rune would be, I think there's some more optimal routes you can learn. Try and contest offense or on defense a bit more. It's easy to feel like good defense is sitting there doing nothing, but you have to challenge your opponent so they don't just run over you doing whatever they want. You'll get your ass beat doing that a lot, but gotta learn somehow.
Yeah. I think that was very eloquently put, Ordinen. So, you know, and I think personally with Danix, I think he's just got to keep on trucking with what he's doing. I mean, I like the options he's representing. I think if he's not careful, the overrepresentation of the H Rhapsody could become a problem. But it wasn't too bad in this set because the Jita wasn't like overly going in on punishing that, right? So, and also, you know, it's never a bad thing to just take what you know already, and just, you know, keep executing it in lab. Even if you're sure you know this combo, right? Just keep practicing, get everything as solid as it can be. Because I think there were a few dropped conversions in there.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be, was this the first round 5 game?
I believe that was. Let me check.
So next we're gonna have next is gonna be, oh no, this
Round
was the
6.
second. Yes, round 6 now. Honestly, I've really enjoyed this. It's been very, I've not actually had the chance, as a side note, to really sit down and talk to you about the game ordinance, so this has been quite nice for me.
Likewise.
This event holds quite a close place in my heart. I don't even find myself to be that like different to these guys in the sense that I still feel like a beginner.
I think a lot of people do that.
You know, I feel like even though I don't participate in the beginner bracket anymore, it's, you know, I still feel like I've got as much to learn as everyone else. And without this event, I don't think I would have improved as fast as I maybe have. So I hope that everyone who participates can take as much from it that I do.
Shout out to Loba for hosting these consistently. It's a great resource for the community.
the GOAT. Lobber the GOAT. We're going to be having Valdigar, this is a hard edge regular, by the way. Loves to take part in the weeklies. I've seen them play a few times. Going to be playing the Anila, their personal signature pick. And they're going to be playing the one and only Ryujin again on the Seox. A bit of a different matchup this time because we had 6 versus Nia. Anila, a different style of character to be sure.
Yep.
Anila.
Especially with the 2-1-4-U changes, this character can really dish out chunks of damage if you're not paying too much attention.
Yep. She
What-
played pretty good.
How do you feel about things like Empty Hand into Sheeps?
I imagine it'll make it a lot harder for Anila to say neutral is over when she decides to chuck sheep in general.
What nonsense.
I'm
not some beast.
not sure. It can go either way. I think this depends a lot on how confident Valdigar is at stopping Seox's options, forcing him to stay grounded, and using Anila's like actual normal range to do stuff.
Gonna be getting a counter hit here. Getting the full conversion, very nice. Raging Strike, Raging Chain.
Nice.
Great 2H. Yeah, one very strong aspect of Anila's kit is how vertical that 2H can really go. Ryujin really keeping these combos very nice. Rarely dropping them.
Oh, that was punishable, I think. Oh, unfortunate.
You don't
You
see
re-
Oh, sorry.
You really need to be aware of when he can punish Seox, or he will just run over you. If there's any character that like really exemplifies, you need to press when it's minus, it's against Seox.
Round 2.
Seox just gonna finish off this round with the U Empty Hand to get past the U Sheep.
Nice. I don't know if that was a like lapped interaction by Valdigar, but that was still good awareness. Cell, not quite fast enough to contest or challenge to run in. It
This
happens.
is just gonna be Terminus, I think, to end this one. Yeah, just cashing in the meter. Gonna be one BP off of Valdigar as well. And now you can actually start charging your meter again. Just using the same one combo, which I think is honestly, for a beginner, a great thing, right? Just to have that one combo that you can execute really well. Manages to dodge the Brave counter by dashing back. And a Gate of Demons to counter hit the sheep coming out. Really great stuff here from Ryujin.
Yeah. Really aggressive. I think Valdigar could stand slowing down a bit and DPing stuff when Ryujin's coming in to try and force Ryujin to play Valdigar's or Anila's game with the normals.
Nice DP. Ryujin gonna parry back, but Valdigar didn't buy it.
Cute Edward.
Nice CLCH. This is and the 2-1-4-U, and this is where Anila starts really dealing damage. Actually using the 2M to confirm off of the light attack.
Okay, still a great spot for Valdigar. Just one poke into something, and that should be it. Oh,
Turning it, maybe a bit of a connection issue. Yep, just BPing. I mean, yep. I mean, why not? Create yourself some space. You've got the diamonds, you've got the meter,
Round 2.
and you can finish off the round. I think this is, you know, good use of situational awareness to know what you can and can't do to win.
yep. I don't know if Seox got the empty hand in time in that instance.
Yeah, potentially not. Oh, nice. The bait out the throw.
Yes,
Yeah,
click, but not a huge amount of damage from the U-shape, but Valdigar did at least get the refund, so we take those.
Valdigar might want to consider delaying their throws just a little bit. Seox is trying to bait a lot of them out.
That's not gonna be death unless maybe if he could link a U skill.
Oh, very unfortunate.
Round
It was
3.
a valiant attempt, however, but it is going to be 1-1. Going to be on battle 3 now.
Yep. Nice. One thing to note, if you're really trying to maximize the combo that you're improvising, use skills have a very high base minimum amount of damage. So if you do it at the very end of a combo, it is the best way to eke out a little bit more damage if you have no other options.
Yeah, with the way the damage scaling works in this game, using the use skills a little later on can net you a bit of extra damage. Oh, tries to throw, but unfortunately it whiffs, and now we're going to be seeing Seox do an interesting amount of damage. Is going to be combo in it though.
He does only have 1 BB, so... Oh!
That was interesting.
Yep.
And now we're going to get 214U, and we have been on point with connecting these 214Us into damage, but we are going to get U empty hand, and that's just going to convert straight into a win. Just says, yeah. Is this
Where did Seox's hitbox go during that? That Anilla was stabbing, but she wasn't hitting anything. Where did Seox's hitbox go? I need to know.
I took it. It was me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Believe in victory. Round 1. Start.
Alright.
Alright, DBing to get plus frames. One thing you can also do, as most characters against Seox, is chase after his Rekka if he does the backdash with 6SL. I think most characters are able to punish, at the very least establish pressure that way.
Maybe a little harder for Anila because she doesn't have the best 6XL in the world, but it's still a 6XL all the same. Yeah, and that's 6XH. Now that's a button.
Yep.
You get a wall bounce on hit these days with that one.
Yep.
Or, well, a wall bounce on counter hit, to be specific. Ooh. Nice. Good pressure. Just frame check. And here's the wall bounce.
Chunk damage.
Character. Just gonna get chunked out.
Round 2. Start.
Good option from Valdigar, I think, to do a sheep's round start. Ryujin has been starting most rounds by moving backwards, so you do want to take the space that a player is giving you.
Just gonna...
Oh, not quite ready to mash.
I'm just gonna cash out with the SBA. Gonna put Valdigar down to about 50%.
Oh! Oh, it's still punished.
Disconnected, wow. I guess that's an option.
Yeah.
Oh, and now we're gonna get a wall bounce, but doesn't actually convert off it.
Oh,
Seox is jumping. Lots and lots of jumping going on.
he does have J2 rage, so it is quite strong for Seox to be jumping. Oh no! Misses to confirm. Oh, not like this. Unfortunate.
Just like you say, when you're pressing these buttons, you've got to have in mind what you want to do afterward if they do connect.
Ah, a little bit too late with the check there. I think Valdigar was planning on that, just wasn't quite ready.
Nice DP. It's going to be seeing a little bit of schmoovin' and grooving as they feel each other out and try and find openings. Nice smash into the Seox, just running into you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a bit of chunk of damage. Blocks the empty hand, gets the punish.
Good damage.
It doesn't need to be anything crazy. You can just do, you know, full heavy auto combo into DP. We're still going to deal a nice amount of damage with that.
Ryujin didn't confirm the hit there. That could have killed, I think. Unfortunate.
Yeah, you would have probably got the meter built. Oh! To be fair, maybe this worked in his favor a little bit that he didn't respond because the empty hand came out straight after. But looks like Valdigar's gonna be able to take that one.
I like Valdigar's response in the last round though. Just calmly walk after the Seox, don't run. Just take the space a little bit and try to not get clipped by anything. That is the correct decision, I think. A little bit of sick copy SDP, works out.
Okay.
Nice.
This light sheep, I believe, is minus. Not incredibly minus. I mean, it's like -2, but still minus.
Yeah. Ooh, tries to check, but Seox just goes over it. Nice, good patience.
I believe if you 2U and get the punish there, you can actually just go straight into 2-1-4U. But we're
Yeah.
gonna finish the round anyway. We're gonna get this one squared away.
Did you take round 2? Start.
Ooh, interesting use using the parry to get closer by parrying the sheep.
Yeah. Valgar does look quite ready for it though, so I think that's interaction they've actually labbed and are aware of and trying to bait.
Alright. Just gonna get the hop over. Gonna actually get a side switch. Alright, just walking up.
Yep. I'd really like seeing that. It's ah.
Ooh.
Sleepy. Doesn't do it properly, unfortunate. One thing to note is you can actually hit the projectile with the normal, and if Seox is trying to travel on that projectile or whatever, I don't know how you distinguish it, you will hit him or at least make the projectile dissipate. So hitting it isn't the worst thing in the world.
Ooh, nice. I think this is probably gonna be... Actually, I don't know. He is on 0 PP, but... Yeah, this is not gonna kill.
Yeah.
Very low,
was-
though. He's
let's
gonna be on
go.
chip point. Something to think about.
Yeah.
Like this.
Not a pleasant spot to be in.
Round 3. Start.
Gonna be set point for Ryujin here. Oh, a lot of the
weight.
parries getting turned into rolls, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of weird interactions.
Alright, nice DP. Empty hand coming out.
Next to you.
Conversion gets dropped, but Valdigar's gonna respond. Gonna get 2-1-4U into some basic auto combo DP action. Ooh, 2M doesn't quite connect.
Giving a bit of space. Yeah, this is a good spot to be in for Valdigar, I think. Just keeping this space here. Nice.
Yeah, this is gonna be big damage.
This is out. Nice.
Nice, and just is fully prepared to deal with the Seox approaching via the parry.
I don't know what the frame data is like there. That looks like it might be. It's not like decisively plus or minus. It doesn't look like, but I'd have to lab out the exact number for U-Sheep at least.
Labbing being a very strong tool in this game to answer any and all questions.
It's an important skill. Like, it's hard to know what to look for when you first begin labbing, but like everything else, it's a skill you develop as you play the game and do it. Nice. Good intercept with the 4H. Also ends combo early, recognizing the hit. Very good. Yeah, baiting it. Nice. I think Raijin might want to empty hand instead, especially if he's already crouching. Because Valdigar has been consistently baiting with a sheep like that. So going for another way to get past the projectile, I think, is a better idea.
It's just gonna be Seox and Anila just getting a punish on the Seox parry. Just gonna Raging Strike as he wakes up. He doesn't have time to respond. Gonna get 6 Claw Execution coming through into a Raging Strike, Raging Chain. Nice link with the Gate of Demons.
Clips to you. I think Regen needs to stop giving up so much space though. Feels like they're uncomfortable actually strike throwing as much as they should be.
Oh, Valdigar
So-
is ready for that, and just does another Raging Strike as he's waking up.
Yeah. No BP this time, so yes.
It's gonna be Valdigar's gonna be our final winner? Question mark? Oh no, we got
One more set.
one more set. How could I forget? Well, Strobler's shaking. The avatar's shaking. Well, we're gonna have one final match tonight, which is going to be Strobler making the return. And then it's going to be Strobler versus, I believe, Gion, which is the Nia player.
Yep.
Ferry versus Nia was actually the grand final for Combo Breaker today. I think.
What the hell did I miss?
Yeah, well, you missed a B-Paul. That is a cursed Fairy Pog. We've got the gamers on the cabinet. Now we just wait for Lobber's final Lancelot emote. There it is. And we are going into our final game tonight of Nia versus Ferry.
Alright, let's see how this works out. As usual, I imagine this is quite the rough matchup for Ferry.
No, we can
Stop me if you heard this before.
already faced death. And it didn't stop us before.
But it's okay, because I guess as beginners, rather than focusing on the matchup, just mainly playing your characters to its maximum potential and making sure that you're executing all of your stuff. I'm gonna represent the eel hat.
Believe in victory.
There is one thing, especially early on, or if, as you said, when you're a beginner, oftentimes the character-specific stuff doesn't really matter. You're not playing the game to a level enough where that matters too much, and just playing the game well fundamentally is a lot more important. Nice.
Nice, GG actually caught that. Got a counter hit.
Oh, doesn't convert properly. Unfortunate. Good block.
Just really trying to keep Nia away. Well, gonna get the umphy spin. Just gonna respond with Beppo, but actually gonna get grabbed.
Yep, the super isn't invuln, so
Oh, we learn something new every day. This is gonna
There
be
was-
a lot of damage.
there was some fairy lab monsters that would specifically lab out like odd trade scenarios for that. That was kind of fucked up. But yeah, I don't think that works as much in Rising, especially with throw being faster.
You know, being 4 frames is the fastest thing you can press, essentially.
Yep. That looked like it missed.
It looked like it did. Oh,
Nice.
now Nia's put themselves in the corner, but we are back throwing our way out. It looks like Strobler tried to press something on Wake Up but got counter hit. That's going to be the first game going over to Gion. So how do you feel about Strobler at the moment? Do you think he should be keeping Nia away a bit more? Is there a tool that he's not necessarily representing?
It's hard for me to say yet, but it just isn't getting enough damage or value out of the setups. Oh, speaking of, yeah, like that. I think, correct me any fairy player in chat right now, but from a counter hit close heavy, I think Strobler should have gotten a lot more damage out of that hit. Things like that, especially really big hits like counter hit close heavy, matters a lot.
That was a very interesting misfortune interaction.
Go my child, hold down the neutral.
Counter hit CH being a very strong an opener.
Round 2. Start.
Gonna be the first round for Strobler though, finding their way through in the end.
Yep.
And Gion being very patient, adopting to use plus frames like 6XL and close slide, but not forcing their turn. If you know, not trying to steal it back if it does end. UMP spin connects, but doesn't quite
This
do.
is not a terrible spot for Strobler to be in. they haven't lost a ton of health, and Nier only has 1 stack left, so they have to play very differently. Oh! Whoa! Okay.
I don't even
Alright.
know how to commentate that, but that was something that just happened. It looked like he tried to do Raging Strike, Raging Chain into the overhead setup, but Misfortune just said, I am having none of that. GG, get out of here.
I don't know how to do that properly. Okay, apparently you can grab through the hit stop. Nice! You got through that. Actually, can Fairy whip through death? Or just Fairy get clipped by stuff like that? Because if Fairy is like quite far away from Nier, then I imagine if Whip goes past death and beats it, then surely you can just chuck that shit out and force Nier to do stuff.
I mean, I'd assume it'd just depend on, like, crush levels maybe, like, if you, because obviously with the whip going at it extends your hurt box.
But the thing about the whip special in particular is that it doesn't really have a hurt box past a certain point. It's very disjointed.
Oh, then I mean, if death is in like some kind of stun, then I don't see why not. Yuumfi
Nice.
spin coming out, running with it to generate extra pressure for when the special comes to an end.
Only 1 more stack for death though. Oh, jumps over the. Oh no!
I think you could have just basketballed.
Yeah, or super. Oh!
Nice though. This was actually safe. I'm just gonna grab to take this round.
That was another skill. What do you mean you whip is like -4? That's not what I expected, but okay.
Oh, nice. Respecting that he knows they can stun death.
Yep.
Nice, getting some nice whip conversions here. It's not a lot of damage, but it's some.
Yeah.
Beppo not gonna connect, and now we're gonna be into the blender. I see this a lot. I'm assuming this dive kick is minus.
It should be plus. If you space it at like the feet, then it's plus, and it was a good pressure tool, at least in base. But it's not as.
It looks like Strobler presses after it though, and constantly gets counter hit. So maybe working on getting that spacing down a bit better might be something that Strobler could look into.
Yeah, you definitely have to space it well to actually make use of it, like any dive kick. Nice. Q conversion into close heavy. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Can you? Yeah, nice.
And now we grab. Excellent stuff from Strobler. Good adaptation.
Expensive solution, but at least you don't have to deal with any other bullshit, and you just know it'll work.
Oh, nice punish. Def says bye-bye for now. That's just
Nice.
going to be a kill. Nia says bye-bye for this round.
Yep. Getting some chunky counter hit close heavies. Good stuff by Strobler. That's stuff you really want.
Just testing the waters to see if Nia's going to run into the sweep.
Yep. Strobler has changed the dynamics a bit after they started whipping more, considering it beats death, so that's a good adaptation. Oh, good jump over though.
There should be some great damage. Opts
Clip
to try
low.
for the 50-50 though. Does clip blow and finishes the round off. I feel like this was quite risky though, because I think you just had the win anyway.
Might have. I didn't really see the situation too closely. Oh, cheeky. Checks death, good stuff. Oh, nice jump. Really good call up.
It looks like Nia's getting a little bit impatient now, just trying to do anything they can to get in.
Yeah.
And it's hard, and I feel it on a spiritual level, but you've really got to pace yourself.
Yeah.
This is very much a marathon, not a sprint type of matchup.
Yeah, nice. Good check by Strobler, stopping the Raging Strike. Again, oh no, drops it! Okay, close heavy M in here, it's fine.
It's gonna be 2-2, taking this one all the way down to game 5. last one's gonna be for all the marbles in this particular set.
Island feels like it just happened yesterday.
Start over yet.
Oh, are we going for the last minute character switch, or let me help? Oh, we're yipping. I see. Jion was like, we can't go one beginner bracket stream with no Nia. Oh, no Ferry. Oh my goodness. Oh no, you. I'm adopting my grandma's tendencies. I'm calling out every name. You're gonna have the fan weapon. This is your main, isn't it?
Some would argue otherwise at this point, but yeah, I have played some UL in my day.
Back in my day.
I was a notable UL once, mostly because no one else played her, but we don't talk about that. Anyway.
I don't know this matchup like at all. I'll keep it real with you.
There should be a lot of block walking, I think. Lost space to him for at that point, the low is actually plus. It is possible for it to be up to +2, and Jan managed to actually space it immaculately. A lot of spot ladders, I think, trying to call it BC. Yeah, that's plus, so BCing it makes sense. It is quite scary for Strawberry right now. No BP, so we'll take extra damage. Ooh, nice!
Big spot dodge.
Oh no! Didn't have Reeling Strike or breakpoints to convert into, unfortunate.
No. That's so sad.
Round 2.
Maybe just wasn't quite aware of their resources just for a split second. Did
No.
pass them around.
Yeah, like that was also plus, I think. Jumps over. That might have been plus. That's definitely plus. Yeah, good patience. Good grab, but tickles. I'm not sure if that was plus or not, but whatever. Tickles. Nice. Set up GG again. Nope. Might have been a cooldown actually.
2-2U represented by the Yule.
I think that might have been a misinput. No reason. Wow.
Sick
Jan
RPS.
is really good at spacing that low to be like about as close, if not close to, or plus. It's quite hard to do intentionally.
Actually getting a rare 2H counter hit here from Furry. Didn't get converted into much. GG's coming out, but we're just gonna DP, get that out of the way.
Ooh. Okay, good patience. Nice. Really good patience and defense there.
Ultimate Hunter actually coming through into it.
Didn't have meter.
No meter.
Oh,
Oh, tried to RPS. But Strubble's got no BP anymore.
oh no.
And that's gonna be it. Strubble's gonna fall at the final hurdle. The character switch coming through to take game 5.
Lovable and their burp.
Absolute chaos at the end there. Holy shit.
Some sick RPS on those DPs. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. But this was a match. This was a set. Nice to see Strobler playing again, as well as Gion. Both of them, not their first match in stream today, and I know it can be quite daunting and stressful. So good on them for playing as good as they did despite the circumstances.
Yep.
But that is going to be our last game of the day. All of the beginners have dispersed. The beginner bracket has finally reached its conclusion. I'm sure Lubba will show the results on screen in a moment. We've got Radio Blade with a 6-0, and then Gion and Strobler to round out the top 3. Some great character representation this week. I mean, unfortunately, no Charlotters as far as the eye can see. It makes me cry. But it's nice to see Fairies and Kags and Nias and Vasaragas. He had all sorts today.
It's nice to see beginners playing the game.
It's nice to see beginners playing the game. You know, beginners are the lifeblood of any game, you know? And it's important that they're cherished and, you know, we're seen as equals and everyone's learning together and having fun.
Yep.
But yeah, congrats to everyone who participated today. Regardless of the results of the beginner bracket, the key thing is that you take things from the sets that you played. And more importantly than that you had fun. Because having fun is the key to actually taking information in.
Have fun, or at the very least, enjoy some part of the process.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can't enjoy all of it. I mean, some things just stress you out, right? Like there might be some interactions in this game that might just make you want to pull your hair out, but you just gotta do your best with everything.
Fukuhara's vision is blurry at times.
It's definitely blurry at times.
Yeah, perhaps with the recent release of Beatrix, the vision gets cloudier and cloudier. But that's the end of our beginner bracket. Big ups to Radio Blade getting a clean 6-0. Didn't drop any games, so good run, Radio Blade. And yeah, I've shown the rest. You can see the rest of the results on stream. We got Gion, Strobler, Danex, Valger, Sirius Bacon, Grappolo, and Fuig in top 8. And the whole crew below that. But even if you're right at the bottom, hopefully you gained something out of it. That's all that matters. Hopefully you had fun. That's what matters the most. And yeah, that will conclude our bracket. Unless you do have anything more to add, we can send you guys over to Watori FGC. He's a EU sheep main. He plays a game. He interacts with the community. You probably heard of him.
Sheeb. No, GG's. Thank you for having me, Lobber. And thank you to everyone who watched.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on. Thanks everyone for watching.
GG's everyone, and catch you next time.
Yeah,
Yep.
GG's, Ordinen. Nice talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Likewise.
Bye-bye.